This is Boadu TV. Truth and integrity.
Yama wakaba Boadu TV sunye. Na Abronye DC. Abronye na nwa kudi ebiemu yo. Abronye na nwa kudi ebiemu yo. Katie no. Ala. Wachurch Roma omo poison man for NPP. Yes. Wachurch boys no more yes ade. Boys no more yes ade wachrom.
I just munya abotrema attorney general. Political prosecution, it takes time, but it works. Things you are going to uncover. Say court every key, court ibabi. Nyoma mo betin wo Ghana no. And I'm telling the attorney general, Ghana for Philly say you are slowing down. I just said the way they want prosecutions to happen. I know you really want the best. You don't ever want to enter court and lose a case. It is also right. But we expect you say, these are things that we expect, say, a little bit of the agency. Because these things are difficult to consume. These are difficult stuff to consume. And I agree with Fifi Kweti when he said, more NDCs, more lawyers, more intervening macron. We are going to mention all of you your names, and I support the General Secretary. Because Ghana fought to Obama NDC to come and prosecute. That is the main reason. They know NDC will deliver. They know John Mahama, they can trust him. They know when it comes to infrastructure, John Mahama will do it. They know NDC will do the economy well. They will fix it. But the main reason Ghana fought to Obama NDC is say they want to set an example. Some people need to pay for the sins they've merited on Ghanaians for 8 years. As much as we want the Attorney General to win cases, prosecute, we have all the patience, but Attorney General to show some sense of urgency. Because and Attorney General, we are going to start putting the hit on you. I am following up, and I am going to make sure I get names to let Ghanaians know who are interfering in prosecution, who are being the middlemen. They don't want their friends. Massa, if you are in the NDC, now your friend, our NPP, tell your friend, say, Ojimikwa NDC, Nubeko jail. This boy now, or what? There's this boy, I know, a presidency. Ni kote, ni tego, se kwasiampe yibino. Sa boy no, wabokro no, and I know NDC phobia. My imagine say, they are going to shield that criminal. Charles ni kote tego, se de sa ewino. Na me, I am quiet because I am gathering something. Adibia meyeno, the presidency from top to down, everybody will shake. Me, I don't have time for anybody. And I'm not scared of anybody in the government. I respect the president 100%. But nobody should take my respect, say me Jimmy for. And when I strike, the same thing. There are people, I know more Jubilee House. We have people in this government who are protected there because when they were in power, they were giving those people favors. Me, I don't care about your favors. And the day I was strike, ni tego said the crassi boy been the siashi crowdphobia no. Sa kwasiasa na time na NPP what power. Otumifu plane 24 hours. No about Germany. No about no jot. Kwasiasa no about no jot abedi jantra for. No asafa plane ko Ghana. And these people are being protected by the NDC. Because they are going to give information to NDC for nobody fucking cares about their information. Nobody is going to protect anybody. And yet the same thing, Kofi Ofosun cancer, by inbox him, they talk to us that he has information on Kennedy Japan. Kwasia, Kofi Ofosun cancer. Me start here, me journalist now. The parfums are a dirty fool like that. Now when the Kennedy wants some, men out there blame me. Oh, you saying I'm starting Jumawi. Now Kwasia like you have the nerve, like Kennedy will say, to come in my inbox to say, you want to give me information on Kennedy. Kwasia already ba omi echino, mena Mosca. Mokotna neta say NCA a muwie sika kwasafo na sa dirty boy when who fee way you want to breach protocol now who person infiltrate me production team Who Kofi for soon cancer. Nipa finsa no. Wo tantanta wa no se wo. Politics na ye tantra. Who Kofi for soon cancer wa no se wo ba. Wo nyenya se a fear begina kai say I have information on Kennedy. I will show you people the email. Kwasi say. And we sit in Ghana and we entertaining this nonsense. Motiti NPP nim Jimmy, and I've been quiet on that boy because I have I know what I want to do. That's when we saw TV so you can't quite some. I see TV so you can't quite some. Now more people for more Jimmy Tra. So our boys on a poison call for a party with our quasi 4 ways we. NPP for more Jimmy Tra. So Jimmy 4 way, where more Eddie Baomiechi. This sellouts, these criminals who take money to do things. A registered member of the NPP Minjaye. I am saying who be a NPP 4 year. And I am one of you guys. I am one of you. And the only difference between me and say when I insult you, it hurts you people. Say Kevin Taylor is insulting. Yeah, I am still one of you. Anytime my NPP be Jimmy I bet you no. And I Kevin Taylor mo kase tia mo nipa ne me. Me minje party be a card wa Ghana da wo. Me nko party be a constituency meeting da a NPP nko. Me party number ni AS1738100000024K. Me party number no. Inti me obi anjina baby enka say oh Padmo JHS Obuase na me register e. Inti me obi anjina 0244171 me number no. Me dues number no. Inti na me yase me tese NPP ni bi Jimmy ni bi Jimmy ni akwache na. Omsa na Kevin Taylor kasa ye no na Kevin Taylor di atam me a part of you. Into osam kasa mu nipa na no ye na nua na Kevin Taylor di atam na da na ya nche no. Na de na mo aban mu no manche me because ye nyina ye party ba ko ma. Sibi aba omi abusuafo nyina ye NDC fo no. Me so me NPP ni and me the evidence at show where in Ghana no biko gusamete NDC regional office meeting ekuta NDC card. Has anybody seen me with NDC card before? Me oboase ni akwara meje me card oboase. Enti mo amoto na NPP ni biko Jimia mo si han na Kevin Taylor na odi atam me ye mo me ka mo ho na me di ani anka say aban atam because ye Jimmy enti me di mo ye di ehun atam no and there's some who nipa ko di NDC ni atam na NDC for no e bia aban e ma emra ni edwuma menka say Kevin Taylor me ye den. You people cannot sack me. I am part. I am here because I am part of you. I am an MPP person. Minjira baby da enkasa menye MPP ni. Abra maji mi dues edi no. Go for way. Abra maji mi dues edi. Mo ma metua dues amaji sika de di no. Me ekọ me so na menkasa menye MPP ni. Na hwan na betua dues na ma me. It MPP ni minja ne enja ochra. But I want you people to understand. I am one of you. Into when you people go stand on TV, to obi Jimmy MPP na aban so mu na aban busa the questions are I nana Kevin Taylor no oh dia medi watam mi busa oh wa woto na oh yeah Kevin Taylor dia medi watam my fro medi watam me MPP ni mapa MP mapa into memo bench da baby me pegare ni a obeba beka se NDC ko Kevin Taylor ko constituency ko NDC card me menje NDC card da and I menje NDC card da and I men join NDC da me MPP ni it is a me di yemi amenko fo atam na hawa na wa adwene oso so kwa di NDC fo atam na aban so mu a men ka se Kevin Taylor ka se me nua na o ka ye ho no because me kam ho me MPP ni and nobody can sack me. They also me NDC no onko inti mumu bi ni mu agimi mo ye nipa bi anka ka se ye nua no di atam me ye ko opposition adenti na ye ntena se endwene adekodi enti ama ye nua Kevin ejina ye so am ye ko opposition na mo jimi na emra achemwa was Kevin Taylor na Kevin Taylor and there be hu video bi ana guy ye friend no Salinko ana meboa na me na Facebook am ko hu I Kevin Taylor na we di atam Salinko mindi na atam da wo Salinko ne maame mindi ne maame atam da Salinko mi hu no physical me hu ne da ba onim se me hu ne da ena me hwe na me se abrantie uni asem bi aka Na Kevin Taylor and on it Kwasiebi or Nanam New York and see police a straight dog. And I'm saying, now Salinko Asma king. But you see, the most interesting thing is Mekai in February. Meba Ghana. In February, I was in Ghana. In fact, NPP what power, Meba Ghana 4 times. Meba Ghana 4 times. Time my NPP what power. I was in Ghana 4 times. But I don't say, Adia Unimunim. Wait, Jimmy, wait, Jimmy T. Okasaba Hata, I don't respond. In February, Meba Ghana. Even time I what power, Meba Ghana. Nah, no more about them. Nah, because some of that will be a GEPA. Ghana Export Promotion Authority. I have a friend there. So I had a meeting around town and I'm saying, Faho. Into me call on your mom got in a reception. Me madam for no penyika krapa or gepa. The classmate, a good friend, a childhood friend. So I went to sit at a reception at Secretary said Tenase. Where Kevin Taylor where you with Tenase. Man can be na Tenase. Metewa na Salinko betena menjang. The same reception gepa February. Salinko na ojina ho eka se Kevin Taylor di atem and ade Salinko na ne 9 mienu ede ana betere ncha onim nipa mpo na ne te ho nti me wa na reception say oh secretary say oh boss is ready to see you and I'm go inside nti me ko na me badam for di ko am so what you guys are doing here is very good. You are promoting businesses, Ghanaian businesses, moving it outside the country, bringing Ghanaian products out of the nti I want am catch madam say oh mete ho no abrantie bia I say me wu no TV so the friend is Salinko or te ho no mo and also oh yes Salinko say oh product bia or they be kire gepa na gepa for mo na now export it na gari o say then gari ni sugar ya mixing in katia something like that and I'm catch madam say it is very important say such people no you help them because these are young people in Ghana even though but they want to be part of the industry driving a local economy no. So in February minimum Salinko no ba na nipa ba bi ensatenim me and I'm catching madam so omon friend mra na omon hwe ntem na omon ti de obeka and I'm ja na hokoe Salinko for 8 years sa ne gari bi na oye usade na opeso export and they kufu ade wentumi export wentumi anko gepa obi ampo amane kwan ma na ewura gepa under NPP Salinko me Kevin Taylor ya na metena hagina NPP so obi di nkwa so me so odi nkwase asem obi agimi a me so wagimi ena me di bie Ghana fo ni ena NDCs fo yo modwuma beka ho ena aban sesa ma wo ende Salinko utumi kotena gepa em ma ko rasi office kwasea o se me di atem na nkanya atani me di ya nka wo abote se nka wo sa wo company o se de nka obetumi pa kotena gepa say yentie because of people like us intina aban sesa ena mo atesemo and the mutumi ko abroche say me ye gari ton nyoma na ye nimu no mo san kwasiafo na Ghana ho no wo anya me enya NDC aban ba ya nka wo Salinko NPP for ka mo de wo ye adwe anase amo de wo ye chenamato oboduane so for 8 years you could not for once pick anything you are holding to any ministry for them to help you for 8 years by NDC ba no a whole CEO gave you opportunity to come and sit in his office to speak say ya for your cran to so man fa me yire ne me ma enemy me freedom and to so anka kwase te say wa wo nan say muchi adan ka wo benya opportunity to try and even export your things mo kasa Jimmy mu munya mic na blogger Jimmy fu bi ka kire say kasa pe na wo kasa blogger Jimmy ni bi me chow month no I was there obeto me gepa na me hwe wenim wo hu mobo I say kura why abortion men na me catch see was more opportunity to sit and tell your story kwasi ampe ibi akotwe mic see wenim Jimmy for blogger bin to obeka Kevin Taylor sam do you know the work people like us did for this country to get to where it is for you somebody like you to be able to move up and down and say I have a business I want to promote it. You're a foolish guy. There are so many people sitting on social media, they don't know we help them. There are so many people on social media. They tell us nonsense. But you see, we have been working behind the scenes for long. And people like you, because you Jimmy for na you Jimmy for ni be more count. Maybe NPP new. If you don't like my style, don't watch me. let me show you this. Saa kwasi ampenyi we Abronye. Wakoka nsema aban asonimu. Oye original chairman. Oye original chairman. Saa Abronye we onoma peteshia no akotena TV so. Na kwasi we eti TV so ke kansem. Na me TV so ke kansem a ade ne besi nde. Mo NPP na mo tim no munya obia amfa me nkogina court. Sa munya mwa. We are journalists now to TV so now. And Kevin Taylor and odi ohine atem and I say ohine na me di na atem na de no amfa me nkogina court. Say me di na atem me tiamra. Obia me kan ho asem NPP mu bia odwen say embra ekire se o se otumi kogina court echimitum no aden na monkofo nkwasiafo na mo hu figu NPP mu no miami NPP no aden ti na monko court nkasa abrantie we akase etwime enti ohene kro no ene panyini kro na wo Ghana o se me kan asem na onye ebone on aden na on sign it court na esi wo no yenye phone no enya phone o bebi a ye di asem. And for you to even sit on TV and say, nah, you see, it attempt me, I am a grown-ass man. Me too kwai na mo bebre mu too kwai kwasi afo. Abrochire na abafo na Ghana na mwa phone Jimmy 47 and the Facebook aba na obi ekase bi. Assembly me kai wo TV so ni Facebook bia I still stand by it because I have the facts to back it. Kwasi we make statement against Ghana by na or facts. That's the question. He was making allegations. Yes, bra court ne be ya no also be town. Where Jimmy? So who ni say me tiamra ne anchime ahwe so ya utiamra ye nchewa. Adana mo Jimmy sa. You see, and mumu ni bi, mumu MPP fo ni bi. Mukodi nkwasi asem ne ye chim wo se na Kevin Taylor na me. Na me ye medwuma. E na judge bi se me bumra. E na o se say o the case atome so. Ediana me me yire me mamionu ne me yire me twa business every America ebetena Ghana 1 month me the one lawyer come ho na me fa 2 lawyers for Ghana and me the wura Supreme Court and me coach the court to say with all due respect to the court I have a case. I didn't sit in America and say obi ntina Ghana ndi ma asem mami o. I had to fly to Ghana. Business with me myself and my almost $30,000. My expenses were Ghana and Kahun to come to the Supreme Court. To stand before the court and respectfully tell the court I have appeared before the court with my honorable lawyer for us to make a case that Samrana judge ne share no sebio yeso wa asamka na Imrana judge ne share na ni kwam and my judge eloquently made his case. Kwasia na motete Facebook na mure fi mu ho say de wo ye no emra wo ho na judge no e de me call court no say court engina me so no adai na manga say me nko court frame no say me call ye court frame no I went to the court. I went with my lawyer. Have you asked me how much I paid to get my lawyer to Ghana and 2 lawyers here? Have you asked me? No. It was here we better social media ended his likes. Na omu Jimmy no minimum brand say na Kevin Taylor can say odo ye bema kan ene nende akwa na no sabotoi otwirimu. This is a whole regional chairman. Wait, or your regional chairman odi party enim a whole Bono regional chairman. Munyan kwasiafo. Your answer to foolishness way party BI any answer for the DNM no tonight and come release statement said this man has been suspended. And anything I said something. Me say enter for no be no more MPP muno. You are trying too much to prove yourself. So muni answer MPP nim. But the selfish account for a woman ye whom say mu bi mu Jimmy o e wo MPP nim. Enti me who enter for no be no more MPP say Salam Mustafa and sa Salaka o ne me say mu Jimmy. Because yanya can for na ye MPP for na woman no. With all due respect, monta for the be na more party who some Jimmy. Yes. Because so who tell me with all due respect na or your MPP near or person proven one can for no more party them. It is not it. You cannot prove yourself to us. Because NPP as a political party, no, yani yemuntafo. Yani yemuntafo. Yani NPP for no. Yemuntafo. Enti, so be to party no o Jimmy. Now mo beka and say, hey, we are regional chairman. I'm sorry. We are regional chairman. Ma korabi kranya saade we na wo tiano. You get it? Ma korabi nye na wo regional chairman but na radio so na rebuke akola no. Na beka say yen kasa sa. I run my independent platform. Me kwa me despite so ma me bosumi aketuo. Nobody has paid me in Ghana. No CEO in Ghana can pay me a Boadu Taylor. Nobody. I run my independent platform. I decide what to say. So if you think I have said something against you in Ghana, or you're Hinio, or you're Sofu, or you're a politician, the court is there. Why don't you go there? When Chair Balfour said I should come to court, didn't I go to court? I went to court. I'm not a coward. I entered the Supreme Court. I made my case respectfully to the court. Inti mo amudidi TV suna mo Jimmy no. Send a mooding kwa some social media. Who the party denim na wo Jimmy say I na Kevin Taylor ye na me say koso na ye. Si NPP sanka mu ni munyansa anka na dwi ya nkoma suspend ya kwa we. Because this is a whole regional chairman Abronye. Akwa we TV so na o Jimmy. Kwahwe owusu bempa Ernest owusu bempa. Na hu fi bi. Onu so TV so Jimmy. This is a political party leadership. Have they spoken about this? No. Kevin Taylor. And I'm saying, na mo Jimmy ana. Into you say Kevin Taylor be ye na ye jana man ko na obi be chimia tumana. Nobody in Ghana can arrest me because me, I have not offended anybody. I have not committed any crime in Ghana. Whatever was there, I have come to at the end of the day contest it. And to me, I can work anywhere in Ghana. Baby, I make konebia untumi nko honti na say Kevin Taylor ba Ghana unhu no. Yeah. It's just an advice. NPP no more Jimmy. There's no discipline in the party. There's no leadership. The people leading the party no more Jimmy. And you see, I say the so-called also discussing this kind of conversation about NPP no. Be so emotionally attached to the party. At this point, you know, party ni Jimmy no more the party ni Jimmy nechi. Into a whole regional chairman to radio so to TV so Jimmy say na enye Jimmy ne me ye akani ya asantini enanka unim nyansa de na also woka cause ye pese party we e ya kono biem. If we want people to respect us as a political party, this is a regional chairman. He needs to be suspended. He needs to be kicked out of the party. Now, there is a political party and there nipom di echire e campaign momo ebi I say frumponko obo wana hu na I say 5 kg baga ya body mfim na omutetua form to say manken nipa mu manken bi entientia nipa mu manken e na omoye campaign ma party. This is a party. This is not a zoo. And if I'm going to be your standard and I'm a party negu because the NDC sitting there, they know I am a full-blood member of the NPP. And so me share NDC near onim say Kevin Taylor NPP ni. So he sees me as an MPP. What are you, the MPP, going to do for me to stop harassing you people because you are foolish? Mwe Jimmy, you need to start reasoning up. I am a full-blown MPP member. Me tia me dues me AGD e wo mojenim. The only difference between me and one is say I am intelligent and I am speaking truth to you people. Enti mo dia enkofo ni gu party nim na omu Jimmy omu gu party nim na omu Jimmy and omu gu party nim na omu Jimmy and emu mpenifo Jimmy hwesala cow no hwesala na ndwie na anyway me too no for catch and say wo MPP for typical MPP ye hu so ye ndwie o because ye ne party no who you telling now what show must like you say we o ndwie betime yusu e dia ye sala on say sala ndwie e be catch am say ai jibi ye dim go ro akotia ni akopre for mama da omumbu na bi da jantre ni so general secretary da jantre ni so eye miracle aboaje da jantre for so wo sala ndwie se kopɛ buom na da. And that was the advice I was sending to you people. Mumumra mudi MPP chino Salam Mustafa na yentwa ne kwati Jimmy no kwati boto no. Those people cannot bring you power. They cannot give you power. These are not castrated dogs. They are just following their emotions. And Kevin Taylor, you see, what is going wrong in the party? Adena Abronye na police chain, no. What did he do? Abronye need lawyers. Abronye lawyers, have they released a statement? Abronye is facing the court, is not facing the police. The police decide how to transport a suspect to court. It does not matter whether it's a misdemeanor case, whether it's a criminal, it does not matter. The police have every right to protect you. It is an Abronye didn't see pick up a cheek and a police liba cotton in China and can come one come hey then Abronye ba and a police in Biancano. You're not a cage musua, my man was a pompo bijinaga said Montiasie in nine. The police are doing their job. The police is your friend. NPP, the police is our friend. Let us respect the police. Let us do what is right. And I'm not fighting him. And I'm Jimmy. And you're Nyanka Dimuchi. Yet Yamu Kevin Taylor diatam. Now, what Jimmy and Mengadang? Member Bompire Mamo. What Jimmy and Afra Member to Sabi. Monfre Abronye DC lawyer brase on release statement. Na on chem so mo court na ede na judge ni gina so ka say wa remand Abronye. Sa na ye tena wiase. Mo say nwan. Le chipe. Mo say nwan o le chipe. Chipe 5 millions. I say 9,000 and am di achire. On the track out of 5 6 nev these on do track at all said the suivre ventra track. Just mo say in 9 pim in pim. And now, the party has no focus. Jimmy Way needs to be kicked out of the party. The same as Owusu Bempamo, your leadership, the party's leadership, wine and wine. Because here wait radio so Jimmy, or the Facebook Jimmy, or the IGP atom, or the fact if you say the IGP is corrupt, prove it. I have said so many people are corrupt, and I have proved it. Why is this fool not proving it? You can't just sit there and say, Ghana, no. Where is your evidence? So, because IGP a corrupter, prove to the world IGP is corrupt. This is the new Ghana. The resetting agenda is on. Everything has to be done right. Nansena President Tikasa, or see, people are abusing social media. And internet we need to check the system. Intimia committee, when I know the law, I will know that the Mekebiano, Minya I will send me the dance here, but I didn't know Kwasiebia ni Ghana to sue me. Because nobody can come before the court and say Kevin said this without a fact. On here, also Medina Temono, Uncle Court. On here, or Ghana, or Simia call Medina Tem. I also or your here Nisia Kumyasono. Kevin Taylor Dimatem, may your hene will go me hoofing on family court. Nobody. Because everything I say, no, me won't so now upon you and Ingina so. Mugu part my say 9. My say toilet mumwa. Munimu nyansa. Munimu nyansa. Kana dia Abronye buy no. Every person be a police air transporting the above court. Nanka said that is the car they use, the Black Maria. Protection 100%. In fact, so steady kana dia Abronye buy no cry. The police were rather protecting Abronye. Imagine say Omo NPP mo mpa Abronye asem abegina so mpeso buhwe acid gu no ho anko bi hwe ngu Abronye so. You people are just mad. You are stupid dogs. You speak anyhow. You just want everything to be about you. If it is not about you, Kevin Taylor and a Kevin Taylor yes say and a Kevin Taylor is so okamo ho. Into mo kasa say your party ni Kevin Taylor. Kwasi afo me nya ndisi ni o me da ho girem NPP because magimi di usedi. Enti maka and debia meka so obi Ghana na ofili se maka se betia no medina tem na ohunu se metia mra sa nipa no or all the rights to take me to court. I have never shied away from that. I have never shied away. And American amity no so obi start come asem na bom din e de ka asem e de me I can also sue you because you need to prove anything am for to me bom din no. It is a ubo din me enyo be the twamika o. I am my own CEO. It is an advice I'm my NPP for and say Kevin Taylor is part of you. Nipa send it to Matina TV so I can say I am part of a political party. Kevin is one of us. Kevin has paid his dues. Kevin has his card. He's still an NPP member. And it is a more Kevin Taylor sama. Mu se mu amunua. Masem na mo kano. Me kamo ho. Me ye doba. Me ye party ni ba. Me tia dues me kufu adu edi pen. Enti mamon kan te say Kevin Taylor ye outsider. Kevin Taylor on kan ho. Kevin Taylor kamo ho me ye NPP ni. The only difference between me and the money is say me nyansa and I met tia ye ni ankase hu nipa. Ni enti kroma. Which year was that, Mr. P? And I'm going to letter some of the comma Edian, Boabian, someone and Edimu party in him. Some more letter comma me company, New York Times, so me ready. I didn't try my company now, me be you know. Meire is a shareholder. Ain't it me criticize the NPP. A whole political party, Boabian, someone and Edimu him. At last, see a press conference say, your letter comma New York Times. That time, I'm just saying, a froye. But Jimmy, and I'm also going to letter come New York Times say, Yenny me ready. A young man, I'm a party member. Man, in our Ghana. Sanyo money in our money. Man, yes, I know money in some way. Did I leave the party? No. Me be jina baby ka say me pe party ni biom. Me ka be jina baby ka say me nya MPP ni biom. Still me ka de hye me to. Me do baby an me yi. Enti mo kasa ye. Monkai de maya in the past. It is a metiamwa. It is not going to end today or tomorrow. The day now me taking decision say I will nullify the party. Now will be any hole. When I took that decision, now will be any hole. I took that decision myself. Say until some party will make guno. I will never stop. I am miame ho party me guno. And think this is the time you people have to start thinking. Enti yari kokuo na kohyem bombusa ne lawyer say adenti ne sade na kohyem adenti ne abefre no kwasiafo kwoto de ne bodwe muti mi din no double English name Kevin Taylor na mjun sem fantini we de froye na munim sem ya awiesu na mjun say fo first me ba na me hye white shirt ma bobo ne nsa fine na be ka bro for good evening, my name is Kevin Taylor. Tonight's show is going on to with your froye. Mr. P, don't even worry yourself. Go into your archives. Mutual letter, a whole political party. The whole party, including the president, extra letter, some of the command New York Times, yen pama me meyere. Kwasiafo, na ma betina hande, say, bebe so MPP so. Mame, muni munyansa. Monfra Abronye man lawyer mecheche munchiremo. Na ataju we ya chena hwemu a pasie bi te wo kasa e na Ghana yehu e na Ghana de e na ontumi nkasa wo a wona mo a wo hwe me anadwu wo Ghana adenti na police nchie wo a wote ntebuom wote asenkerewa wo a wote boase wo a wo Ghana ade na wo de police e mebo wo purumum emwa wo adenti na abusa ho adenti na ya chia kwa we ayana sa questions na mumbusa mo ho MPP for we Jimmy omunim nyansa. And when you try to let them know so much Jimina, na omu ina monkey no adre na ehye omumu no na adre na egu omakumem na omu start kasa omu num kankan Jimmy into that inner monkey. When it shits inside them, they speak and their mouth smells. NPP, a typical NPP no mwe Jimmy yatia my former second vice chair I friend Sami Crab or say current process to unite members won't work or say process na ende mujine mu pesa mudi mu unite mu party enye dwuma yankoto ne yanko yi ba omia first na ba omia mewie na executives na pa emfa we no enhia mo kwasiafo right now ubu some question pe Kevin Taylor, am I the president? See start mo say me a blogger. You start mo say oh we dey onya baby am fa kwasianko. You start mo say we dey obi antie no adan na ende de me din na dam ano. Me say I will rule the NPP for 42 years. My body achechira to so. It took Sikagwa Kofi nchen. Obi antumi sisa no. Busum ye ni obetuma dane no. Me say I will rule the NPP for 42 years. My body achechira to so de Holland Schnapper to so. Eda Sikagwa Kofi nchen. Busum ye antumi dane no. And I have said it. Mwe Jimmy. Muni munyansa. Sit and look within. Kevin Taylor. Now just okay Kevin Taylor no win power. Ojin say unkofo ni Jimmy na ye chi omo a na ye di omo kogina asama no na omo yi omo no a oye say no na be ma power. I will do what I'm doing. You see, the problem with you people, and it's a crowd catch them. Almost said the party will implode. Almost say party no. Bibi any omo tima ya solve party the problem. Egu. Until then, I don't want to work as a party. Move for moves. I make a been majority of the people on social media, journalists, NPP for journalists, for Nibina, and every single second. One, they don't have the numbers. So what is Obi Kasatiame, Kasachime, Ultimi Bomidia Uni number? They want to use my name to make their numbers. Megu about 90% of the NPP platforms, Meguno, and they all know. Meguno. And you see, myself and my team, we do a lot of research and analysis. And you see, the good thing is, I have a lot of psychologists in my team. Yeah. Sa MPP journalists for only be now Ghana ni Abroye and the career egu. Right now, when they come on Facebook to do a show and our radio, they are trying to find a controversial statement. And even though they don't mention my name, they think that will make me respond to them. I only respond to people who mention my name. So I'm bomb me to us here. Na me hu so ni nyansa. Ubetuma bomb die to us we Jimmy am respondable. But so ubom me to us here na me hu say well some respondable. Because when a mad person mentions your name, you don't need to respond. But when I get to know, say, you are trying to make a little bit of a statement, I'll respond to you. And yes, saying so, a statement, I'll respond to you. The reason why they are struggling is simple. Now, Mojin say, after 2024 elections, I was going to go quiet. They thought to say I was going to change the style. Send they will be doing what I was doing for people to say, they are doing what they are attacking. Now, the problem they are having now, and they say, they were expecting me to slow down. They were expecting me to change my style. They were expecting to say, oh, the see how they say on the NDC for about power we into see how they obegum. To see how they the hard hitting Kevin. No, we are not going to see him that way. But they are seeing that nothing is changing. Pains now make that is their problem. They are finding ways to stop me. They don't know how to do it. Because me, I don't know what it's called. I am tired. I don't know what it's called. Mabemebu. I don't know what it's called. Now me mabemebu. I don't tell mabemebu. Me mabemebu. Somebody idea see me say me yeah mabemebu. So right now that is what they are struggling with. Now come we expect to say Anka power say na I will slow down Kevin on time back. Kevin back on the language in the best. No. Nothing is going to change. It mumpe other means to do what? To be relevant. Now, as far as I am in the mix, to say Lord Kenya, you have no space. It's a moment na Facebook. To me interviews we are seeing na. To me kasa ebu beni na. Still, their numbers are low because there's nothing attractive about what they are saying. There's nothing sensible about what they are saying. They are not pushing the people to their limits. They are not opening the minds of the people. They are just stuck. Their emotional journalism, emotional blogging, they are more attached to the party than speaking the real fact for the people to hear. And then you have a problem. Inti, I know you're mudding. Mimi Fantini. Sam Fantini Jimia. I will not hesitate. I'll tell them Fantini in the face. You are being very foolish. But Omono, they are so attached to their tribe. So, Omo tribe ni Jimia. Omo to be Biomanupo can't say, where dear. They can't do it. Yensi and Tumagufi wa bontene abuofunu. Mema me akwa Monica and Tumagufi and Amefambra onesi. Mwe Jimmy. So they cannot separate their attachment to their tribe, their clan, and whatever they are following from their job. Into a bus they have to be realistic with their own people. They can't. Into do anomoto to sebi. Na mu bubube. Papa ne Jimmy akacha say we Jimmy because ejumedi obedi o Ghana your man to me no all ejumedi na odi ani nyina at the end of the day we were paying him or her. You get what I mean? We were paying him or her. It is what you have to say obeye abanye juma. Then you have to be ready for the consequences and the criticism. It could be harsh. You cannot determine how criticism should come. That is what you people need to understand. The moment abeja tum say media sika ya juma, media juma ya politics no, the criticism coming, you don't control it. It is up to me to make sure the criticism does not land me in court. I have to be factual about my criticism. It could be soft, it could be hard, but I need to have basis and facts to protect that criticism. And he said, if you don't know that, now I will say, Kevin Taylor ye way intimism koebia we akwasiaba. Ube hu na uda jail. Na Kevin Taylor is still enjoying with his family because Kevin Taylor has principles. It is not about how you feel and about changing how I criticize. I don't criticize softly, I criticize harshly. And because I know there are laws, I criticize with facts backing it. But what about you? So almost more bread and they cannot get the people's attention. It is because they have allowed their tribe, their clan to lead them in their job they are doing. I will not hesitate. Why should I hesitate? Sa awuneni jimia na mabetena say me maame awuneni nti ya ma awuneni bi adwuma se onye o jimi na metia se we de awuneni nti mintumi nka. It makes me stupid and foolish. The same as me papa yamfantini ya ma mfantini adwuma se onye na mfantini ni jimi na president amana adwuma se ondi na mfantini ne boka o jimi okasa ba hard na metia scandal aba o yamfantini nti na me nkwa na me yamfantini. I am going to let you know we are Fantini, but with Jimmy, do what is right, and that is my principle. And itina ko ni to me shame, enzimani shame, awuneni shame, asante for do one shame because they know. So a brand here way there on fancho, and a brand here way will tell you what the truth is, and that is what distinguishes me. And I say the distinction between myself and these people. That is why they still don't get it. How is this boy? They say, oh, I can't video did you no. The people listening to me, they are 1,000% intelligent than you people criticizing me. Because when you say, a brand is the fact. Now, and most of them, 99% of them, they watch me every night. Yeah. Inti, Abronye, Osha Black Maria, we are protecting him. The police is your friend. The police, the police is your friend. I believe in the police, and I like the way they protected Abronye. Friday, Oba, that's what I say. Judge need to no. Now Abronye lawyer to me making a good case, and the judge will give him bail. Why not? And your my money at if you deserve bail, why don't we have to give you bail? Intimunyi na mombompa ya Abronye lawyer. Wakofa krasini lawyer jina hon to me defend Abronye. And we are going to court and to convince the judge say the client has to go home. Na kwasiama be you create demonstration. Mo NPP mo sa mo leadership no insremu fo na mo insremu dwan. Mo Jimmy. Me kai say mo ko akwetia baaye. The police is your friend. Na ntwie no start say okasa kasa. Salakao no mu. Salakao. Ena JFK or ya Santiriba or call radio station be. So I tie radio sa interview na. Me people before so me tua deals wom. Inti me a member. And journalist who say radio presenter who say ko minini na oton busa and say na yate se ntwie ne say moko akwetia no na mo ne ajantrafo na mate egu omo so na ono de oda buom. So share JFK ni ma ne body language ni facial expression we dey with Jimmy. So wo share na the first time I want to cast ourselves was thrown. Now our person can't say, where do you Jimmy? He is not like us. Eh? Mustafa, a national youth organizer of the NPP. National youth organizer of the NPP. Thank you very much, team. Salam Mustafa, any interforum the NPP anymore. Say nana mo Justin Koduamo. Sa asante for boys ni shia. Omu santa for so mo Jimmy. They don't respect them. Someone who cry a thing, they don't give them any respect. And every time be a confusion, they see a court gate and no. Who said an abi jina ho? Hey, and just here. Who said JFK jina ho? Party secretary. But they be ano semu dying for no and we use omo. Why is it like that? Because who said that is the dirty work they can use some of them in the NPP to do. And then they be ana make caution omo no. Salan and chieno. Ekoba no. Inti. Let's not sit here and make it look like say the ekoso no I am ran ekoso. So before mo intend Ghana no bi di kwasama me enje no. Meti kroma na nyina te Ghana na say judge be say or the case be to Kevin Taylor. So among for Gina radio so your jubilation. Adentra near believing in the police and the law. Anameboa. Near Antikroma. Did you ever hear me on TV or radio saying member court no? Obiti bibi sa free manoda. Did anybody in Ghana here say the case I took Kevin Taylor so Judge Cheba for say that Ben obi who know free Facebook and YouTube and TV so can say me member court no on fan say obiti no, I gave the court that respect. I out of respect impo I did not even address the matter because that minimum po say I didn't even know it was me. I didn't even have an idea because the name they were mentioning, it wasn't even my name. It was later. And my counsel catch them and say, this thing is going around. Can you address it? And my counsel should address it. I didn't even know it was me. Wafe akwara se oye NPP youth organizer, national youth organizer. Ne maami akoni afe no. Say oni na national youth or kasa kwasia. Echire we Jimmy. Anytime say musre mufo ni bi na mudi NPP hunu mu bi mu Jimmy. Muni mu nyansa. Yani akamfo na ye NPP we be use mu se moa. Kwateboto fo na mo NPP fo ni bi seremufo ni bi na mudi NPP enim no. Mustafa youth organizer se de no. Salam mo Jimmy mo ne kala sa mo kala salaka mo Jimmy. How do you defend this? This is a regional chairman. This is a regional chairman. What has it when people speak and without facts and make allegations? When people speak without facts, make allegations without facts, what is supposed to happen? What is supposed to happen in the country? And it's Maka, Mrs. On Hiribi or Ghana. Say police ni bi soja ni bi Ghana ni bi say Maka said Tiano. Emrano hon famindi mrane. Why haven't we seen anybody walk to court? Let me show you this. Ya chekwa sia we nti ye nyina ye nkoda. Akwa no hu fie no mukankan we ya chi nti. We should all and Kevin Taylor address the core issues. NPP na mo Jimmy. This happened in this country. Me ba chama DB. Me adebia me be ye mo NPP no. Man who claimed IGP was recruiting fake police to kill citizens during elections, jailed 4 years. Abrantewe 2024 obiena no can say dan pare recruiting kofo bi masan kofo no den botuo se na be MPP be win elections ye jailing 4 years. MPP ni be na sorry kasati adewe because no ye NDC ni. And I'm not equalizing anything here. I don't even know which political party he belongs to. Or NDC, I don't care. But the law worked. You're jailing of 4 good years. Or making allegations. Did he have evidence to it? Was he able to prove to it, defend it in court? No. He's in court. Did you see any MPP person, Salam Mustafa Kwatebotono, did you see him on TV arguing that everybody has the right to speak their mind? Did you see any of the NPP leadership sit on radio or TV to say Kevin Taylor did Abrantewe adene yachinatum? Did you hear anybody? Adena mo Jimmy sa. Adena mo yamwa, adena mo nimu nyansa. Amudi party enim ena yenya entwamwa enkwasiafo bi ma esosomoso. Who should walk out and vote for a political party like this? Who in their right senses? I don't know where the money demonstration I can say there's freedom of speech and that the country is going down and that we are going to demonstrate. I didn't want demonstrating against this because the person said something against the IGP. He could not defend it and the person was jailed 4 years. So why didn't you people get on the street? But when this happened, you MPP, you were in power. Your president was in power. Ekufuado who says he's a what? Ekufuado who says he's a what? He is a human rights lawyer with that certificate. He was in power. Godfrey Dame was the attorney general. He prosecuted this guy. None of you guys, none of the so-called we are intelligent, the country, why is this happening? Why have they arrested this person? Nobody was on TV saying I'm going on demonstration because a young man has been jailed 4 years. Abronye Abrantewe. Abronye Ponchiwe Ocha Abrantewe. What then wa Abronye wa Echa Abrantewe. Na Ochina yede na kwagina court say onyi sa asem na no a Abronye obetwe ya no. Oyi ano a not the evidence ba onna onko fie. So why are you people making it look like say and obidin kwasi asem wo Ghana yentumi nchi no. Now you see lawmakers. Now look at this. Look at this. Hwe kwasia we ayehu no two we. John intim fojo. Look at this. Kwasia we di nipa nim asen south. Kwasia we so onyame nipa. Hear what he wrote on Twitter. Kwasia we intim fojo. A stupid fool. Na me di atem obi se wedi penyini atem. Kwasia we menyini chen no intim fojo na funu na soso chen me. Kwasia we a onyenyem nkofo yire a o se wo ye sofo. Hwe kwasia di wo ko Twitter. Kevin Taylor insulted and threatened notable people, including judges, chiefs, clergy, president, among others, and was given state security escort to court in a Land Cruiser Prado under Mahama. If I take this guy to court tomorrow, can he prove all these things? Can he prove it? Can he prove that some security person, the president, can he prove that the president gave me security? Can he prove that when I came to Ghana, I was given a, can he prove it? Kwasiawe or a lawmaker. Kwasiawe. Kwasiabawe, Jimmy Fowe. And your politics na ayafua. You see, Jimmy ni we reverend. Ejina ni penim, kanya mesemu. Kwasiawe jina ni penim. Inti, when I enter the court right now and I make a case and I say Kwasiawe embe defending one. What is his basis? And he no bejina. Can he prove that the president actually gave me security? He goes on to say, Azoka is walking free after assaulting Chairman Masaudu and threatening Honorable Alfred Nyomakin, our minority leader. What is happening to that thing? The police have opened investigations into it. He goes down. Chairman Abronye, on the other hand, was arrested in a dramatic manner, remanded and put in Black Maria to court like a hardened criminal. What is this? Kwasiawe, look at this fool. Politics na ya fool. Mumusa in team for Joe Kwasiawe say about parliament and then other question south. And you as a member of parliament, you should speak with facts. You as a member of parliament, you need to speak with fact. Kwasiawe started say cocaine. Mumusa say the cocaine case ne ko si saying. Cocaine na also wa ko huna wen. When nyame be kunu wa sorry dem ogina ni penim. Nyame be man heart attack obewu. Kwasiawe nka no kore. Nipa fin and I can kwasiasam because in the name say I'm a politician. Why should I respect such a pig? Kwasiawe started na me hu cocaine wa ha and me hu cocaine wa ha. I didn't we jai cocaine na sabaka because obi ka chen say ojimi obeko court. Because of politics into why na no jom. Mumusan say I didn't always cocaine issue ni back. So today, say me back Ghana, I bring my lawyer. I get 2 lawyers in Ghana and I tell them to look at this statement and take it to court. Obeka say this Ghana police court. You can pick it now. Obeka say I'm going against the law. Because what he needs to prove, say president, the president of the republic actually gave me police escort and a national security. He needs to prove beyond reasonable doubt. Into some case, will be 50 million Ghana. And that he has defamed me and he wants to connect me to where I'm not supposed to be connected. Can he answer? I don't know where Jimmy Namugu party Musa. We can see who. We can also enter court. Yes, I can enter court the same way Kwasiawe Moti MP Itibugu party Musa moi. Muni munyansa. If I get my lawyers ready to sue you, can you prove that Mahama gave me security? Can you? Can you? Na Kwasiawe ni nam Ghana ne ho fun sei. Ne ho tan Mrs. seat in magic. I will take that seat. And I will take it with development. Me just seat in the same. Obetuma esro. I will take that seat. I'll cut him into pieces in politics. I said nam egu plate so. Literally. Make you try to get him or bear less with the penny. Make you sit no. Kwasiamfo we nam Ghana near friend Reverend. Ni hu fi we gina ni penim e din kwasia nkofo yerenom ewo south asen south na kwasia we e back and forth na me ne wo ye the taxpayers money tua kwasia we ka mumusa ne say the cocaine case no start here no how did it end otumi prove here mo NDCs ne ka sam chira monte mamenka bibi nchira mo. The earlier you people change your style and let Ghanaians know the truth about your party, the better for you people. Oh. Because your president is me, NPP. The party belongs to me. I decide how the party is run. I decide the future of the party. I decide who should lead the party. I decide. So the earlier you people sit down to analyze yourselves and analyze the party and make decisions for this party, you are not going anywhere. Hey, the NDC can decide to do 70% of the things they've promised Ghanaians. You can still 50%. You people can never come to power. Ghana for nyankwasiafu. Ghana for omo nyankwasiafu. Na mobedi yeso no Jimmy amu Jimmy no. When you say Ghana for who? Yes, and tam to me make kufu and gabi biem. Yan tam to me and mamu biem. Yes, and tam to me and mamu ken. Yes, and famamo. NSS National Service Authority. Dia na esi wo ho. You see NPP for was no and there nipa or head of National Service service no wakasa. Now National Service Authority audit discovered almost 1,000 babies under age 1 on its payroll. Acting Director General Ruth Sedo, the National Service Authority for say omuye audit no di oma be hunu ne say enkwara totofefe a omundi infie baako payroll no National Service Authority for payroll no enkwara beye empem baako empem 1,000 under 1-year-old kids and omudi gum ewrate yankopo. How NPP for adiomuja eto homa NDC no National Service no babies under 1-year-old in Kwamudi 7 months 8 months into omo National Service na ye Ghana card momo ya won kora na NPP for no wa ye kwa national card no ID national ID no omo nyo no mo de makwa national service card na ye de omo to payroll so chairman ba assistant treasurer Ekufuado nananom inti ende oko NSS ana NSC for na National Service Authority a omo nipa nko 1,000 enkwara nko 1,000 omo ndu 1 year omo nyina di da payroll so yeti omo kabosumi bia for 8 years me no ka say enkwara di 8 years inti ye calculation na enkwara no wosika chan wo teacher ni na wa kira de and Ekufuado 8 years no wo na asini na oko strike back and forth say abantua woka na omuntua no and the omumba omodi less than 1 year yeti omuka chen. And you tell me say, oh 4 years I dollar na could do 12 in tuma bawumia mama bodam oh Kennedy Japan wo ho yamfa gan and last me busam say mo pe power mo de ye den bawumia wo de tumi ne ye den Kennedy wo de tumi ye den mo de ye den NPP. What do you need power for? You have still not told us. NPP, no, this is the NPP. 1,000. Pole in Kurankura 1,000. Amundi 1 year. Omunyina di wo homo jisika. Salaries. 4,000 Ghana. 8,000 Ghana. 7,000 Ghana. Bosumi biya ya jisika de masankwara no. And the investigations, they are still ongoing. Now, NDC power be na Ghana for students in your problem, yeah? On scholarship sika the omdi on national service for sika the omdi Ghanaian medical students in Cuba appealed to President Mahama for intervention after 17 months without stipends and 5 years without book allowance. And the NPP for 5 years almost the same kofo go abrochi scholarship book allowance ko mo bi. Kingsley Ajiman muji sikana no mudi. Yeti ha and I'm here a whole show on Kingsley Ajiman. Kingsley Ajiman. APAC, NDC for APAC. I contacted APAC directly through Sami Jemfi and I'm catching APAC say, you are on the education committee in opposition. You APAC, take charge and make sure Kingsley Ajiman. This matter, APAC can kwasi asem chireme. Tete parliament din kwasi asem. I will come to you. That man had a friend APAC, you know, when I did the Kingsley Ajiman scholarship secretariat scandal, I contacted Sami Jemfi. I gave every document to Sami Jemfi and told him, give it to APAC. He is on the education committee. APAC catches Sami Jemfi say, me, I don't know what I'm talking about. We did everything possible for you people to get power. We gave you small power, you are fooling. Now what is the parliament? Because obi the two abamamo. You people have no idea what is coming. A parking on an amhono. You people should ask him. No, the education committee, so he could not raise this matter. Credibility behind a park war. That man called a park. What credibility does he have? I have the conversation, the text message Sammy sent back to me. Or no one text message Sammy forwarded it to me. Nonsense. Now people were working so hard to get people like you into office. You are park. I mean, you people don't know the Amedeba. Now you see the story. BEC. I mean, he'll be a respect to, and I don't need anybody. Me here NPP I don't care. Now, GES to probe alleged malpractice in 2025 BEC. And the Yenayati BEC problems are ediaba. Yenina yehundi echo. Examination malpractice. Inquire about beye 16 year arrest yomo. Invigilators beye 12. Now, Wayek, they are struggling to handle the malpractice and the echo. And it is simple. We as Africans and especially as Ghanaians, we need to come to that realization, say, baby, you do know, this kind of putting kids in a room to write exams 1 week is not working. We are doing these kids more harm. In fact, the way it is set up, what it does is say, it even encourages these kids to want to steal, to want to cheat in exams. It's about time we came to that realization, say, this idea of BEC exams, WASI, we need to start having alternatives. Because the people who even championed Danado Danko Ekufuado's free SHS, they have never believed in BECE. Yeah. You know the reason why? They have never believed in BECE. You see somebody like Professor Adai, he sat on radio or catch a Ghana for say, I don't trust BECE. My school stopped using it for admission. This was a guy who was telling the whole Ghana, free SHS, free SHS. The question here is, say what should BECE and send away free SHS. So if this guy says he does not trust BECE, then how was he expecting free SHS and the Kufuado to be proper? On say on no school, but to say on the BEC results in 2. So what he does is he does interviews and also our one special entrance exams are or man call for tro and send our Jomo school ho. The school no see SS. Into what he does and they say, Sir Adena O preacher say free SHS and the Kufuado, everybody free SHS. No, he did not believe in the primary factor, because if the BEC they don't get it right, they can never get it right at SS. And I say senior high school. It's one Kofowi. They are the guys who were pushing the Kufuado. Do free education. Do free education. A brother 2015. John Mahama said we should do it progressively free. Send a bayer, you bet to me and making sure that the quality is sustained. The reason why this guy says he does not trust BEC, and they say he knows to say Omamura SS the quality is not better. But why was he advocating say Kufuado for free SHS in now? Abrana John Mahama and Professor Nano Pokwajiman in 2015, they were saying we should slow down, we should build enough infrastructure, we should make sure we maintain the quality. Kwasi Afuika said no. We need free education now. But deep down, his own school, he didn't accept BEC. You know why? Because they know, say, the system now produces BEC, it is not done right. But he was saying free SHS now. Now, I want us to understand as a nation, say, BEC is not going to work for us. SSC is not going to work for us. We need to sit down and really look at examination in Ghana. Because in this modern day, 2025, AI, kids have access to phones. They have different ways of communicating. You can never stop examination or practice. Cheating in examinations, you can't stop it. On say, suddenly mu BC ni SSC the level of malpractice people are shocked. You are thinking say WAEC cannot do their job. It is not WAEC. WAEC cannot stand the level of technology. People are adapting to cheat in examinations. WAEC does not have that sophistication to stop it. WAEC is manually trying to stop technology, which is very difficult. If we are not careful, we will end up destroying our education more. Now, I believe that the cumulative assessment of students is the best way. The same way we all came together and said, the NDC government should cancel teacher licensure exams because teachers are supposed to be graded on cumulation, on assessment, not one exams. Now, we need to let these kids understand, we will not choose one day for you to go and write all the maths you have learnt and say you have passed. So when you get the opportunity to cheat, you have passed. The person who gets the opportunity, that day, that person has morally or not fit to write. Now when to me and try that person, when pass master, he's done. When pass science, he's done. We need to go back to the assessment, cumulative assessment form of education. We need to take out this nonsense of final exams. We need to take out this nonsense of SSC. We need to let the kids stay in class and understand, the number of times I attend class and the number of times I'm able to, at the end of the day, do class work. I'll be able to get the points. At the end of the day, I'll be graded by the number of classes I take, my performance per class, and then at the end of the day, my grades will show which school I can apply for. But through this old traditional analog system, abroad these kids have access to modern day technology. We cannot stop it. 2026 BEC results, we will record more practice than 2025. 2027, we will record more practice. We will get more invigilators involving themselves in more practice because it is easy. It is easy money. It is easy to break the system. It is easy to make money. So we need to start thinking about Abrochia Krobien wa yesisan kwara begu dem say ye tro final exams this week. This Monday maths. This Tuesday because sa final week sa kwara to be cheaty na onya BBB akwara otena na o good that week ni day amba bia akwara bi wo ha they are having problems at home. Bia for all you know sa akwara no na ni fie there was no problem between the parents till time odu final year. That is the time akwara no onya counseling. That was the time akwara this one started to slow down. Inti sa akwara no eko final exams mu na bia psychologically if ye and sheda and ye onya that brain, even though that kid is a smart kid, he might fail the exams. Na akwara bi a wa bombi enya access to invigilator bi or access to phone to cheat that day, that kid will basically move ahead before this kid. None life I say. Inti, we need to go back to the assessment level. In our primary to JSS. At the end of the term, teachers will sit down and go through the cumulative record and add up everybody's marks, so that at the end of the day they will know that this is what you did in this term. So absenteeism will go down. Teacher student in contact will be high. We will get more students being interested in classwork. We will get more teachers spending more time with the kids. Into according to final year, on pass it out. You don't need an exam one day to prove that Accra way is ripe to go to senior high school. But when we sit and every day we attach this lazy approach and say, exams, they are going to steal. They have access to the internet. They have access to technology. They have access to AI. They are going to steal. The invigilators are going to help them. Because the issue here is, you don't have to be a science teacher to answer science question. And you don't have to be an agric teacher to answer agric question. It is not necessarily you bringing an agric teacher to invigilate agric exams. You don't necessarily need a science teacher to be an invigilator in a science exams. You can bring, without due respect to carpenters, without due respect to air driver, without due respect to anybody, to come and invigilate. All that the person has to do is to punch in the question. AI will give you the answer. What we are doing now is we are rather weakening our education. Mo amotete abrochire da be na mo ba asore free fie say me control final exams aba. This week they make sure final exams. No. But at the end of the day, they will tell you that our result, our grades are out, and they know what they did in class. They know which class, and you, the parent, you even know which course your kid isn't doing well because they show you. They'll show you his grades. The grades is accumulating over time. Zara last semester, they brought her accumulated grades. I looked at it. I saw where she needs to improve on. I saw places where she's doing better. You see it. You as a parent, you see the numbers. So you don't need to sit in Ghana and say, you're here BC, you're here SSC. We need the basic education. We need a senior high school education. But we need to find another way of assessing these kids. Because this kind of malpractice and examination cheating and people making 60 Ghana, it is going to increase. Let me tell you, until we find solutions to see when humans are humans. Obu oha ote asori dem a bibia nka ne se onwi asori sika. Until say obehu se asori sika no se agege collection na dey si pono na no obi eni ni ho. Me ken aso a shebe 3 years ote asori dem wo bibia cross na adwiri krampo so on fa asori sika. But for some time, when we say asori collection na near the C box bim near the akosi asori corner obi anko ho no obi eja hoko fie. Enti ebasana that becomes an avenue. You create an option. Enti let me tell you, as far as omunim say that avenue is there, they are going to capitalize on it. You cannot stop it. You cannot block those avenues. So the only way you can block those things from not happening is stopping or taking away these BEC final exams and assess the kids through a day what they do when they are in class cumulatively. You assess them class by class, point by point. But sadly, it is the beginning of a dangerous trend. We cannot stop it. I'm telling you. SS for more dangerous than BEC for. The SS people are getting more sophisticated. They are getting more clever. They are getting more smart. And the next SSC, the next WASI, it will be, the more practice will be higher than what we have witnessed. I'm telling you. So, let's get serious as a nation. The reality is that this is not helping. SSC is not helping. We should find a new format. That old format is the best. Let us go back to assessment. And no krabema nkuraba class. And no bema enkurana class because when my a teacher na me assessment now you don't manually. Today teachers are lazy. Teachers are lazy. They don't want to put in the work. And it's not their fault. It's because of the system they came to meet. Because of the modern way we have made things so easy to break. The modern way we have made our education so weak. It needs to be rigid. People need to work hard to get grades. Not one day somebody will sell a question to a group of students and that we see them, their future is better than those who have worked hard. We need to put in the work in the classroom. Ko Asia, ko Europe, ko Americas, there's no way in Koratana class will throw final exams. No way. Why should we write final exams? The last time I was playing, any Malaysian boy been a soccer. Of Malaysia. And we were asking me as a student. And Busan says, so in Malaysia, what do you people study? I saw a college. Also, we do 70% of the work in practicals. Basically, when you go to Malaysia, so senior high school student, you spend 70% of your time in the practical room. 30% the theory is in classroom. So he says, most of our work, we do it practical. If you are studying engineering, whatever, you never sit in the classroom. You are always in the practical field or in the lab, or you are doing 30% is just to read and understand. 70%. And what they want to do now is, so we college, they will give you free visa, free sponsorship to come to America, come to Europe, come and do what? Come and stay there for a year. And that's how we go school. What do you want to do? I want to be in hospitality. So they will say go to America and go work at a hotel. Because that is what you studied in college or Malaysia. So now when you come to America, you might get a 5-star hotel to work there. Now you work there for a year. After a year, you have to come back home. When you come back home, the government has a project whereby they will give you money to set up your own hospitality business. Or start your business now that you pay back the government the money they have given you. We were talking, myself and my friend were talking, I was shocked. I said, yeah, so that's why I'm here. I'm working in a hotel. I want to get into hospitality business. So after school, the government did everything for me, got me my visa to come to America to work with a hotel, to understand how a hospitality business, it works. So after a year, I'm going back. And when I go back, I owe the government. The government is going to give me money to start that. And after I start making money, I will give the money back to the government. That is how you build your base. That is how you build the next future, the next generation. Then here Ghana, Obianko read this science. Kwasiebia some political science because F4. Obia, we don't have a plan. And the Korean University, omu gum na jantra. Over to 10 of them. When you sit them down as university students and you have a conversation with them, you realize that there's nothing in majority of them in their heads. It's shocking. It's shocking. And we have created branches. And they have created branches to make education more weak. Into Batia, then university, then so people don't even want to learn. People just go and buy things and then they cover themselves with some stupid certificate and they are working in Ghana. Let's be more practical. Let's be more practical. Bro, for no cry 90% of Ghana from Abroche, at least America minimum. Bro, for no it takes them a while to understand the grammar they speak here. They are always struggling in class, at work, and they can all testify to what I'm saying. 90% of Nkonfo free Ghana, nurses, doctors, when they even communicate, go to the UK, you see it. They communicate with them. They don't even understand. They don't understand the grammar. They don't know how it works. It takes them a very long time. Some people it takes over 5 years to be able to understand and articulate and know that this is what this person is talking about. It is because we are learning things that are not true. We are giving our kids some education that does not exist. It is not real. People sit in Ghana and they are marking grammar. You cannot speak good grammar. You cannot say, but you see, it is not about that. It is good to speak good English, that's fine. But why do you Juma? Into Kwasiebia or Ghana, they think say they want the easy route. Oh, my short course. Oh, my law. Into Kwasiebia, so because their brains don't work, they can't sit and think. So only a brofot class is suadie. I want to so abong. So we taught a brofo school mu near my assignment. Near catch us a defend the one case assignment. I want to so abong. The way you put your senses together, you don't understand. People have no idea. We need to change. We are not doing more practicals. Our senior high schools should be doing more practicals. 70 to 80% practicals. We are a third world country. We need to concentrate on more of practicals and concentrate doing more of production. Bro, for now, any Jimino Dawson. This is not going to work. BEC, SSC, it's a waste. Master, we always suffer the same thing. Bro, why don't you understand what I'm telling you? On TSC, because the tenses are Oceano School or Ghana, no, that tenses, those tenses, it deceiving Abroche. When they come here and they write comprehension, bro, need to read it on TSC. When they write, we have gone through this with our project. Yeah, try, bro, it takes time. Then you have to take your time, step back, and start understanding the way they put their tenses together. How you can even write, comprehend, how to be able to do submission. It makes sense. We need to be realistic. We are lying to each other. We are lying to each other. And what we are seeing is just the beginning. Let's get real as a people. Let's do more practical work. Eh? And anything that they be Ghana for. You see this story? It's almost 8 years. Last time I can't issue about the retail market. Let me conclude with this. The retail market. And I've seen a lot of demonstrations going on in Ghana against Nigeria for Omoton Adewa Abusiokain. It is great. Guta calls for urgent intervention as Ghanaians lose market to foreign traders. So we making a lot of argument about foreigners taking our market. In fact, I'm going to be very honest here. We are chasing the rats. And the bigger dangerous elephant, and I say animals no more a retail market, and we have left them. And I'll never stop saying this. Guta, they know. Without due respect, foreigners are supposed to abide by the rules and regulations. My foreigner or Ghana. So irrespective of who you are, whether you're a Nigerian, whether you're a Chinese, also with this, the Ghana Investment Promotion Council for act every single foreigner you need to follow. You know what to do and what not to do. You're not supposed to involve yourself in retail business. If you're a foreigner, you know what kind of business you have to do in Ghana. But you see, the hypocrisy in Ghana, no, and destroy Ghana. Fine, some Nigerians are taking advantage of our market. Which market are we talking about? You say spare parts market. Abosio Kain. So we are stopping about 10, 7, 8, 12, 13 shops in Abosio Kain. It does not do anything. The bigger problem is the Chinese. The Chinese are the ones destroying our retail market. By Guta, any the so-called Ayaragamuna no demonstration, they are picking and choosing. It is deliberate because Nipebije say, Okabosio Kanya, we can go after some people. I will never say any Ghanaian should take the law in their hands and attack any Nigerian selling at Abosio Kanya. No. The laws are there. There are people who have been given that mandate to make sure, say, so be a did you maybe Abosio Kanya and your writer. That person needs to stop. Your law enforcement will be taking care of that. And I insist, anybody doing illegal business at Abosio Kanya or a foreigner, no, the right institutions to make sure they stop them from working. It is okay. But it is 1% of the problem we are discussing when it comes to your retail market, foreigners taking over our retail market. The Chinese are taking over the market. And the Uko Kumasia, they are building a bigger mall. A bigger mall. And the Udu Kumasi, Udu Ashanti region. The reason why I'm using Ashanti region and Kumasi as an example, no, because Ghana hini didrakesiye. Majority of retailers say Ghana omo Ashanti memu. Now, what is happening? They say even upe omo moton chamfine machines here dey galamsey ya Ghana kwan hu nyina Chinese for the tongue. We all know it. Why are we not cracking the whip on it? Why are we not stopping them? Chamfine machine ya dey galamsey ya debiani ya question. Why are we not stopping the source? Why are we allowing even somebody to sell chamfine on the streets of Ghana? It does not matter who you are. It does not matter who you are, which country you are from, how much money you have. Nobody should sell chamfine on the streets of Ghana. No market should allow anybody. And the Udu Asante Memwa, you were a whole place where Chinese chamfine or moton. We see it every day. And how are you going to stop a galamsey? Equipment when you take the equipment is the first step. Because how long is it going to take them? Or the shovel, how long is it going to take them? We are fighting excavator for Omoye Ede, alluvia mining, any whatever you can call it. Now, almost saying so the pioneer chamfine for no. Now the chamfine for no, when I'm going to turn chamfine or what could Makola who's a gun and chamfine machine or Makolada. But when you go to these mining areas, you see Chinese from a beer shopper, almost mining equipment, and yet chamfine machines. Why are we making them go on? But that is even one part of it. Anytime I catch a Ghana for say, going after the Nigerians, you know, they are being selective. Ayaraga and call for they are doing politics with this. Yeah, I will tell you an authority. Ayaraga is playing politics with these people following him. Yeah, I'm going to deny. So they say kind. Nobody should work. I will say kind. And I will say kind is an iota. It's less than a percentage of Ghana's problem when it comes to foreigners taking over retail market. Go to Kumasi. They are building a bigger mall. Do you know what they are going to do with it? How many malls do the Chinese have in Ghana? How many malls do we own as a people? The last time I was in Ghana, I drove to, I've forgotten the area. You see Ghana Mall, a whole mall by the Ghana government. It is empty. Nobody's there. Get me the name. It is around, I drove to, on your way to Burma camp, when you go straight, you see Ghana Mall, a mall, a Ghana Fosika DDT. Nobody is in that mall. It has been shut down. Ghana Mall. It belongs to the government of Ghana. The Chinese are taking over our retail market. There are some people in our system who are benefiting. That is why they don't want to talk about Chinese. The men who are for TV so Chinese for Chinese for taking over our retail market. The Chinese are the ones doing it. Go into our markets. So good we mama boa, they are liars. Ayarigani the group, they are liars. Don't take them serious. They want the spaces to go and do their own business. If they really want a crackdown, Nungwa Mall, right? Nungwa Mall. There's a mall there. I'll get you the picture. You will see it. A whole mall built by the government. But there's nobody there. You have shut it down. But Chinese are putting up malls around the nation. And the things they are selling there are the same thing we sell in our market. And this is a conversation we need to have. Because Kevin Taylor, they raise the conversation, nobody wants to speak about it, but to come back to bite all of us. Give them 5 years, they'll destroy your market. And once and for the next 5 years, you people will not have a KJTR market. The Chinese will shut it down. We are here, you will see. Makasa, asante for him for tetewo. And say him for no more asante say omuni twaka sa more na Chinese forces na. Why would you, as a chief in Ashanti region, from say asante my dear, the enemy adwadie na obi sisi malls close to your market, and you know the patronage in the markets are going down. You are still sitting there and saying, then it means you know what is happening. Either you have shares in it, or you are supporting for your own market or your retail market to die. Junction Mall in Accra, go there and see. The Chinese are taking your retail market. Omu Gujano. What are we doing about it? We cannot sit and just look on. Our mothers will lose their jobs. The markets will die. The Chinese are destroying us. Let us find a way to clamp it down. I am not against foreign inflows or foreign investors in Ghana, but you cannot come to Ghana and compete with retailers. If a foreigner wants to come to Ghana, they should be in what we call production. So Chinese for person be a factory to produce with Ghana wood, to make Ghanaian product from Ghanaian produce. I will not have a problem. But I wouldn't make a Chinese come here and open a shop and open a market and sell in Ghana. No, the Chinese should come and open a factory and build things for us to purchase. I will take it. The Chinese if oba no mo basic factory a wardrobe, a factory a nkonya, a factory a I will take it. It's good. You are producing, the money stays here, but you cannot come from China and tell me when to manage your production, you came to Ghana to sell. No, you don't do buy and sell in Ghana as a foreigner. The act needs to be looked at again. I'll say Sasha Act. It needs to take out total sale by foreigners in this country. No foreigner should be able to sell. Whether the only thing foreigners can do is to do production. They need to produce. You cannot go to Singapore and say you are going to open a retail, wholesale retail. They're not going to allow you. But when you go to Japan, when you go to Korea and say you want to come and produce, they will say do it. Because when you do that, you don't compete in the local market. At least you are picking one produce to produce. You are picking one thing to have mass production. And we need to look at the GIPC Act again. The act is weak. The Chinese are taking advantage. Right now, no, hardly do you see a Chinese man doing galamsey in Ghana. But you see a lot of Chinese into retail business. And they have covered it with wholesale. It is dangerous. The fine lines are destroying us. Let us pay attention to this. I am for now more Ghana, no. Mo protect your man, mo protect your mojuma, mo fama nuntum. Let the government understand. We cannot leave the retail market for the Chinese to compete with Ghanaians. They will kill us. Why now go Chinese shop or Ghana? What to me the credit card after their order? Nobody. They don't take credit card because they don't want to report whatever they make. So this is how they destroy your nation. Every Chinese shop, every Indian shop, you cannot pay with a credit card. They don't want to pay any tax on the money they are taking. Into Moko China shop, they say, give me cash. They don't take card. Ask yourself why. They are taking the money, they'll convert into dollar, and they will find illegal means to transport the money to China. And when they do that, they don't pay anything to the government. They are killing your market. And it's about bringing your money back for no man so and yet, and it's 2 minutes dining in Ashi. it is because of the kind of things they are bringing into the country. They are easily consumed by fire. So I go to Chinese for product be good them not to tower 10 minutes a day sick. Because every single thing they sell to you is flammable. And you need to understand that when a China shop I can't sell for a card to at the and not pay electronically. They don't do pay in electronic because they are taking the raw cash. They don't want to pay any taxes on it. They take the money and they take it to their country. Anytime we China shop be I see no card, pay as cash. Just physical money. You're converting into dollar. No, they try Ivory Coast. They try Togo. No, they Kobu Chrome. They travel with the money in dollar. They don't take anything through card. American folk are struggling to deal with the Chinese. The Americans are even struggling to deal with the Chinese in America. How they are able to get money physical cash. Namo Ghana. Me 5 years. Mo dia montra ondi matem. Monka so Mahama nipa. Monka so we dia NPP ni NDC ni. Me say 5 years. Ube wura kejetia. Unhu obia o kejetia. Asanteman bebo say do. Ebe boto. Asem way. Put a pin in it. Mobe kaimi ansua. Mobe kaimi asre. Black forests of Amejope. And if you are groups in Ghana, mope baby to go hiking, to go put up tents, spend the night, beautiful weather. You want to feel nature. Bibi oha wotia anopa adechia anoma kura nsuma wonte. Ahemfo no de aye galamsey ma anoma ni nyina edwane. Ye won kuro bi o Ghana. Ye de yensas ni nyina aye galamsey ma ende. Adeche kura anoma mpo nsuma wonte. Udu amegepe anase ede amejope. Udu amejope. Anopa 4 but anoma bi e wo wiase bi obete nka better times. Obeti achim police, obeti antrohwe, obeti eye de bola bed, omunyina esu ekoba, obeti eye emmoa papa, obehu eho na obehwiam frem apa. Aha, obiam fa ne nsankan ye ense asase no. Say you tubula oho na wonum a, obehu say yes, wanum eye kure mu nsuo. Eye osofo a ye frɛ no eye de eye prophet 1, ne bure mu nsuo no, ebi okura oba be why so obetubi wo eye de anwona memu because nsuo ne eye papa. So if you are a group, you are a company, you want a place to go sightseeing, this is the place to go. If you're watching me and you're not Ghanaian, there are real places in Ghana. And I'll be honest with you, there are some places you hear about every day. It is dusty, it is infiltrated with Chinese, galamsey, chamfine, and we are trying to take them out. But if you want a real place to visit in Ghana, upe kura ahemfo sebi omadwini kwechire omodwini omomaho black volta wo ho asase no mabɔ ho ban omonda da ikrom wonfo emfa asase ne nya galamsey embetena tv so nkan kyerɛ sɛ hwi nsi ya ɛya hona memu ɛhɔ na ahemfo no adwini omonkɔfo ho wedwa de bu ofu intimi nya da minjai me ma me krom na me ka kyerɛ wo no ɛhɔ na me ma me free and I am proud imbre bi bedu nipa bi besalai ɛwa hona memu apensu anom ahemfo bi ebesuma etu nipa se yesremo monko ayahunafo no ho na monka gyan so omomfa nsuo no bi mreye enso na kechiri fresh water ebedu mre bi ahemfo bi nya nsuo nom omba bo omosesa omba besisi omo estate ewa ahunamemu na omudi omohene efri ahunamemu e kire omonkofo se monda na yete ahunamemu num nsupa ahenie sa na wo se represent. So your hinia, you need to represent the future, and the future is protecting today. So if you cannot protect today, and today you think you can destroy today and make the future better, now on your hinia unim answer. And I him for now more area where I'm protecting the forest, the environment, the water, the nature around them. They are thinking the future. This is what we need to preach. I am proud to be a Voltarian. A big one, very, very proud. When I came to Ghana, I traveled with my family to Ada. We went to Deep Vault. My kids were excited. It wasn't dusty. That you could see green leaf in Futroniso. You could see birds. You could see just a creature, sir. On a normal day, you don't see in Ghana. It is serene. In Siota, ote in Sio Pampine. And that is how you build. Enye kura ye timwa emuko ye munipa Yanka no kre. Galamsey try which say brim. Yebesay galamsey yebejay galamsey kwa. Ne sa ne kontokwa. Yetumi se kwan tai wo kwan finfin. Ne etobo adan ye say yasase na aban pese oje asase na. Ye say entiase. Imbre bi beba. Ahimfu bi beton magudie. Ombe nane egudie omotesu nyina de abase ye pensu anom. Imbre bi beba. Pese di hu nkomo efa sewia. Say P asantime bi gya no asantime ne afa no asantime mu otumfo bedo na also do me na Kevin Taylor chenchen hene me na me bedwudwum anadwi me da ase so ama me ho kwan say nwumbre me chechire mu enkyere wo nananom ohene a owo sewia ye no chief of sewia Nana Kweku Amankwa Sakode the second has raised concerns over the stalled 250-bed Ashanti Regional Hospital project at Sewia, describing it as a setback to the region's healthcare and development. He urged government to prioritize its completion, stressing, listen to this very well. He urged government to prioritize its completion, stressing its importance to healthcare delivery. The appeal came during a visit by Regional Minister Dr. Frank Amwakohene. Now, the Akwesi was antimemu nyina say, Ashanti Regional Energetic Minister no, oko Sewia, Sewia Hospital no, Bibia Hospital no edru. Senior hospital na ye nyina yete say Nana Kweku Kufuado right after election 2024 January 4th oye den oko commission hospital no and ohini ya oye sewia hene no time regional minister eko ho no asema auditor regional minister dey say Mr. Minister manen to aban ne say sewia hospital no sebio hospital a regional hospital na ye pese ye to esre aban say hospital no aban embe wie maye tie ohene ne kasa no o se aban embe wie hospital ne momo na emwa ema apomudin enkoso se ne be ya omo adehia omo wasewia ne asantema mu no ana asantema ntem no ombenya bebi akọ mum yenko
biche belamti kokasoa kotema konungua. Look at the flag pot baby flag is here from Sewia Junction to where the region was just 3.5 kilometers undone. How come?
Nana is undone. How come? Hey, Nana. Oh, lyrics, oh. It cannot be undone. How come? Nana, I'll make a statement. We'll say, Kumasi, the populous nation in Ghana, Nana, it is not true. Change that statement. Kumasi is not a populous nation. It is not, it's a populous region. If you are but it is not a populous nation. Nana, it has been done. Now, as a man, Nana came, or compare Asanteman to Nkraman. Say Otro say the mouse said Nanasamo kind no summarizing. Even though he was speaking about Sewia Hospital, or then he was Sewia was Santimemu. But Utiena Seminina could see a chira. Utia the Okanina or Pakache say, Ayading, or compare Nkran to Kumasia, Utumuse and Koye was Santimemu. Na me pese bi buza say Nana 2 months no bedi ehene anasa na odi hene dada. Nana di mo hene me pese buza o Nana Kweku Amankwa wo ye ohene a sebi omibu wo ye otumfo hene ketwa ibi wo na wo hwe sewia so watena sewia enye ne me pese bi buza o Nana o kasa no se obi nimu na se otie o kasa first obegin say ebia 2 months ago de di wo hene anasa wadi hene ache wo sewia another sebio krokro de John out de because in some okano the everyone no be nyina I to say the air cost so asantimemu any Sewia project we no I say won't say that I decided this is the first time what is a minister abesrawa oka it is anko bi hwa obeka say Nana I say wonni Ghana na but me are very sure Nana with all due respect Sewia hospital sibia oka say na say e dey asobo form no na wo ho. Now, Okasemuno Oka say, Sewia Hospital is no. It has not been completed. Okaya say, regional hospitals be a what sirem and enkrino. So what the totoa santimemo to say, a santimine de nkoye. Okaya say, Edian till Nanko says Sewia by 2020 crampo date. Acha Kwananko so muye. As 2025, it was undone. The statement I'm making now, say a bowling in Atofa. So what the Asanteman ne Ashanti region etoto enkran any sremu ho eba infrastructure in terms of health odum sa santiman akechire ye efisa okasa mu kura no okasa nkanya nsam a eya na otumfo ebe sresre sika so koye konfo ano chiye intina se nyina agya atum se otumfo be sresre sika so de be konfo ano chiye no na se enye ne kwan so no because sanka ne kwan so a na nka ni se enye otumfo no so sresre sika ye hospital na emom na nka wo se eye aban a oteso na nka wo se ankotumfo sre no ana se otumfo kan anim ma aban no ebe hospital no nana me besa me busa wo ne atikrom ha ena wa wo ka say it is undone nana hey nana kokrowa wenya abota me do me besa me busa wo na atikrom ha ena nana adodan kwekufo ado ne NPP eba asantimemu sa me ka se me twe eye vote e free sewia eba eye ema NPP in 2024 nana ebe bo onum from 1996 Yan say from 2016 Ekufuado ne NPP betena aban mu eye aba NPP enye free sewia sa area ho say yeah they compare in some o kana obi beka say na wudi tro but enye tro bi na wudi na me pese me busa question bi na do dan kwa Ekufuado sewia hospital na kan enie eye Kumasi Ashanti Regional Hospital NDC for AC 98% done enie sa hospital na de bia ya betena TV so I say John Mahama ne NDC for Sewia hospital na musi 98% done na bujama Ekufuado say on complete bibia na ombia no onfa efidie nyina wo mu no enie we na John Mahama ye se ne oja ne ho no sa na tie na me besa me busa na say nana time nana do danko Ekufuado eba santimemu 2025 January naka one day near the John Mahama so as president no Ekufuado commissions 250 bed Ashanti Regional Hospital in Sewia now wuti wo bia na wonte wo MPP Ekufuado MPP ebe commission hospital so omowie eyo mun safri ho na nei me besa me busa wo time MPP for eba Sewia eye wasase so ebe commission eye hospital ya wo so gina ho ka che me say it is undone nana wo na wudi atrato Ekufuado so ana say Ekufuado na edi atrato so if you say ye were records kire say nana do danko Ekufuado ne MPP for ba wasase so and me sure say Ekufuado be commission hospital without you knowing it from in some wo ka no you are sounding to say sadie we no esiye no na sebio uni ho ana say de city news any Ghana media na beka chere na ya atro because from your statement you know the hospital is still not completed in fact ukan yakodru say equipment egum ni nyina air pro it is equipment egum air pro in some so ukan na watchi we mu na kan asaso me be say ebusa wo say time ankofo we be commission hospital no na wo ho ana say na woni ho ana na wetu kwan. A whole president came to Sewia and your friend MPP for maybe so nana ahemfo na wo na wo ka ho anase na wo ka ho ana Ekufuado mom de se kind do ho and all the carpet say nim ho so we video ni here baby all the car no be say the carpet green be say ho and on paint e dan mienum 2 rooms. You know what they wanted to do? They wanted to put this video out in the next 3 years and tell Ghana for say Ekufuado commission Sewia into Yentu Abama MPP. It is all her video from the beginning now. Yeah, the carpet be said dining him. And na oshe surrounding na. Yeah, the second do. And na MPP for impenifo. Ya kase nkofo we yankwasiafo se Kevin di atam. And na mebusa Sewia hin se na ade we course na wo ho ana na woni ho because wona ekuro lesha wonsa. Wasa aseso na hospital ni si. Enti mibusa Sewia hene nana medow ena mibusa wo say time a omoba be yes commission ni a omo so be hospital na obia betuma koma koja yaresana na wo ho anana woni ho ahemfo ben na omo be si omo so because the minim say Sewia wo hene ba ko nana kwaku amankwa asa akode the second that means say na woni wa na ahemfo no mo nyina imposters omo nya ahemfo because wa wo ya asase wura ana oman wura no menya sure say betu esi hospital si wasase so na ya bebia no abra wonim enti send na wo ka kire me say eye hospital no eye undone enya completed equipments ne say a me pese me buso de ekufu ade mo beye na ya atro e na won pese obeka kire na say yensi antuma gufin wa bontinti ende aban na aba no na ye de bibia soa no nana sanke pese ye di no kra e wo sanke tumi ka kire Ghana man nyina ne say aban na e ba ye no omoka say oma commission hospital we Mr. President Mr. Regional Minister me na me yo hene wa ha hospital bi eni wa eye djuma eno de be wu sanana udi no kure a kire Ghana Sremufo hospital Enkranfo hospital akofa bayi ene flower pot ya kan be sinde ya woni nipa bi wo constituency ene asantime mu nipa bi a omse de aponche kurasi suma NPP a ombeto am NPP onana napo ebegina ho di Ghana fo nyina atem se eye sewiafo de eye gele ene de emu olonka no mope na sebio enya asantifo nyina na ejimi enti napo ejimi a mentu fansha asantifo nyina na de mibusa ne se eye dan na president tumi ba wasase so wasase a regional hospital si so na obeka kire se wa commission na ade chen bosom mienu miensa enan ema obeka kire se hospital bi eni wa etesa. So Ekufuado commissioned the hospital on the 4th. Enim ho na keke na omo penti edan mienu enim and om de car be si ho on the 4th of January. On the 5th and a video we omo koyeye. So they went to the back of the hospital and decided to shoot the real hospital. This is what you saw. This is the NPP. Say we are hospital no. It's enyam one what says sa ohini we omo commission hospital oman kan kire no. I will not be surprised, but I'm also not going to say Arabian and Naniho until we get a statement from Ohine there. Saturday, no more commission hospital na oniho. But sana na wo and I was Sabeka Asaboya and then I made you ya Wama Siafim. Yeni Ankasa Amari Shako or ye nation a correspondent on your blogger or your nation correspondent because Amari Shako there or baby a Asamno oko baby a ehiasem no wo na ode eye camera kwoto so no wa kyerɛkyerɛ madwudwam ama Ghana fo hu Amari Shako a oya santini ba a oyo tumfo na enso kɔ hɔ ɛkɔ kyerɛ Ghana fo the state of Sewia hospital ende ameno ka sei ene de ɛkɔ so ene de Kufuado ene na aban settings ne adada NPP nkwasiafo yi edidi Ghana fo no sia roba sad. Because I say NPP, we are dangerous. We are dangerous people. So I Ghana in India now. Abroche or Ghana say me NPP ni awe Jimmy. Sebio. So I Santini ba. Udimoko dinchene. Now friends say me yes this year. Now what say social media Jimmy who say me yes Santini. Now they wing how awe Jimmy. Unimu nyansa. And this all from one Santini because a Santini a unimu nyansa no. Saturday we want to soso. Mamin timu biemu. Sa we Santini ba. Sa we di moko di nche na wo sie se weni ate. Na wo de wo yo tum for this year. Na uhu Saturday we. Na oda ho ye me wo ye NPP ni a wo ye kwase aba unimu nyansa. Yare bo wo kye na obewu sa aboa. Obewu sa akokɔ. Obewu sa Jimmy fuoba. Wo yere fa efuru a obewu sa aboa. Na woto na wotua na de na de ye oti asantime mu fra wo me chairman me MPP ni ba ye de te TikTok wo yo dwan ba unnim nyansa wo hwa de wo na obu omfu a ohene ne kasa na ote ye o se wo konkran a ye wo de hospitals apapa wo ho ade ne ntumi nkabi fa asantime ho we a regional hospital, a whole regional hospital. This is a regional hospital. Now a whole political party because of 2 minutes. Oma swa generator abe penti mienu pe na oma be video na woda wote asantime bubunfu ye odo kwasea e kontokwa adan ya obi edi otumfu atem na kwasea sebio otumfu osetutu saa bebi wo bekwa koje yaresa ho e kire wo saa santini ba no wagimi e kire wo nim nyansa and dan na eye ohene tena santime mu na ode enkran ene srem eye den hospital facility air compare Asante. You people should be ashamed of yourselves. Asante memu. From Otumfuo to the last person was Asante, or some of Ferry, Mama Nipasia film. You should be ashamed of yourselves. This is what we were talking about before election 2024. Otumfuo said it was not supposed to come out and say, this hospital was rotten because of politics. This is an insult to Otumfuo. It is an insult. And so, this is disgusting. So why do we sit in Ghana and carry ourselves a year this is what we call you are saving the people. I had then Chrome for 8 years. A bind to me by hospital when a bind a bind ya santifono. Yen to me can him say, ya dear we manipa. Na yet Ghana. Ya can you pack a sashen yum adaya adianya yen to me can. Enti yama yania santifoni bi hyehyedam ena ye wuse nkusie na omo amudim de ne de omo bibi wo munsam ne de yare bo omo anoma for private jet kwa abrochire na ye ko ya na se ye bae enti se me hum mu bi na mo TikTok jimi mo ho na me ye me ya asanteni ena ye firi asante ebu amu bi mu nsam ye nwan because what are you fighting for? And the Ohinitra Santimemu Busa Ghana say, Adentina hospitals, Papa one crying. Adentina hospital, Papa was serum. Apomudin is the bile of every generation, every society. Your health. Unya wadia untimi swa sikeja. Unya wadia untimi swa otumfo apakemu. Unya wadia untimi ndi otumfo echi nya santi yekesiye. Unya wadia untimi betu akuti anyom. Awodin apomudin ansa ne yetwa bibia na yete krom na apomudin hiaye na for 8 years yete krom ma nipa bi jimiye in the name of politics na ebufuo maaye na yeda ho tete waso so NPP nkwasiafo we so all in the name say ye protected tribe yete tribe mu ne yewu all in the name let us protect tribe ya de mo na obi ya ne etumi ye say na yare bowa enkrani ne tiase na orwo wuse kwasiaba. These are the things we are talking about. Inti NPP na yesomo no ye NPP fo no na uhu mbaba awa uhu mrantie omani mutum samedie bi na omugina social media TikTok ye de ya asantefo me say what makes you asantini? What is a slave? Because slaves na yare bo mo amunya hospital enko. Slaves na yare bo mo a omo yare da dem ne makoto apum na enam ahwe omo nam. Slaves no omo wuti say moa na eti omo. You have access to health. You are paying for the health. You are paying for the facility. So what stops you from demanding that this facility works for you? Echire we Jimmy, echire we akwa wo wasase so. Echire wa adwene mu mbie ye. Enti na nipa bi ewa Ghana etuminya asantefo ni bi kasetia. Efise mumu bi no ma adwene nkwa echire. Wedwa. Odini din betare ho sene be ya se John Mahama ba power na obeye sewia na John Mahama ntumi wai ni din emfa onu ni din tare ho inti ni din na tare ho no. Do you know the number of people who have died because of Kwasi Ampenye Kufuor we din or the betare ho? Because the din na tare ho no, he has blocked anyone from trying to open this facility up and operationalizing it. Into what Kufuor did by coming there to put his plaque there, no, what he was trying to do, say, input to a open me see, no, that is what it meant. In this Mahama, or you're petty and stupid like a Kufuor, or because I am not going to go fix that because the Kufuor is in the Diakotaro. I then or did Tara Santifone in so mananye. Yet the Croman the Kufuor the Bedia Santifuatem, Ewa Santibemu say, Eya, Omo to Abamano, so almost someone to Abama, no from Kwasianko, or catch them with radio so as Santibemu. Or tonight radio so. Sa nkwasi akasa efi Ekufuor no bae sanka obi na beka ya anka otumfuo bekasa Ekufuor fa na konwa firi nkran ebetine ayedien ebetena radio so edi asante hene ni asantefo nyina atam yetena ho boye nsem edien na ye agi enitina ende asante ohini a owa asante etumi bie na no ka say ya ka echire e wa pomuden na wo ye kuro no ka echire wa pomuden a o te say akwa. It does not matter the gold you wear. It does not matter how you exhibit your culture. It does not matter how loud you are. It does not matter whatever you try to do. The mediocrity you try to save. Your health say unya pomuden a o te say akwa. John Kuma ye MP owusa akoko. May his soul rest in peace. Ejoso etu sewia endu 40 miles. John Kuma wusa akoko. Enkanipa ye wu asantimemu se mmoa ni esie ye. Kokonfo no child no du kohwe ye twe nkofo kogu mochre. If there was an alternative regional hospital and then adwin kanipa nwu ye jimi ye mubi. Adia wo hwe enti anya wo ya ubumfu ye.
But gynecology wards, an intensive care unit, operation rooms, delivery suites, sterilization department, and medical gas plant.
Oh, yatena ho for 8 years. Ye twa ma John Mahama ne NDCs asabeye. Ni atena santimemu ase di o matem so me ntafo ne awonafo. Saa ne kasa. Ya kasa tan. Ya no kasa nyenyenyan. Yen tunum emfantikira santima impuntu ma na ne ayese mpreko ene yeto ye num kankan kasa tantan. Omo gina wa ayese clean ye de ye omo. Kasa tantan ayese mpreko na tunum kasa na baby awadu ye nche ne wawu. Monya de pa mo mubi. Ne emfantikira santina Jimmy. Ni eti kronim 8 solid years. A cry team, a mupedifo being cano correct, Ashanti regional minister. This hospital has a history. President Kufuor and the President Kufuor Tianoe. President Kufuor and Santiman Yanko, the President will come to Santimem. Kufuor and Kotia Santimemanku, when I make catch them. I could enter or think and say, a hon owu. The area by your hospital, Papa won't cry. A honey didn't back. So Mumu be me on Crassifo to Montino, maybe I say. Ya kana mubu fu. Mese Kufuor. Odi the president you ko betena Kumasi anko wumi esie dada and could you tell think and say eba de betuma fa plane na ko London because the crew na ofrim no wentuma anya ye mumu bi mu agimi ntie tumufo a na mu dwi moto kasatia ekutia tantan inkurasesam eni na Ghana makọ akire den na ohene bi tumi tena santimemu na ode enkran toto asante because the ohunu won kran no we hunu se enibie won kran inti anya hwahoa enye dia kase eye show and tell show working edwuma ne yetete ho na nkwase ade yede enkase ntia ye utu asantini fu no na otiti ne to no ohua ade we nye na otiti ne to no ohua enti baby asantini beduru bia na nipa di ne ho fewo ade in 2025 a young man oya santini dia na wo pe so betina TikTok etwampoa so betina Facebook edi atam e dia na wo pe ye nuanom asantifo bebre titi Germany omu wusem preko osuro so obebe fie oba ye rekotena bekwai ye di gala wok bekwai nyina hospital papa ni wonim so obewu bra America be Bronx omu gu osem pro omo di 65 68 onya fie obekọ osuro healthcare kakra wa ha na ebo no ho ban odua santimemu kotena ni krom antobiase endubu so memiense obewu hospital be na okọ ento sa ni pasa ne num kan tete Bronx kwasia kasa fin o ka se onyi ni krom picture nkyerwa na obube na odin sa brofo no sa na omoye na nkede jimi ba betena ha bi ye kam ani ma na mubu ofu mutetempanifu achi wedidi we atam wakasa tia we ena waye sei ena ye ni asantifo ni bi wusam moa ende ye twem NPP NDC asabeye NDC gina ho ye krampo ni edi o matam Krofo market ye twem NDC ewie ye bedi o matam saa eye ekwan ya wo ho isu amekwan yi NDC beye ye bedi o matam eduabona ye de ya no bono ene na de bia eku ya ema ye nkoso ye ungrateful. We are deeply ungrateful human beings. And the Ghana Gana say show and tell. Then I wait to maka. Me ya santini, show and tell. A chalk of antuma. eto akofa eyede ahenema eto aka say yakonnwa nie untumi mfa ade bia nsi so enso ka kire nkran ni say show and tell hwanyema obekire wo de krom awonafo krom krom ni so anokora ko try show and tell obehu do mekire wo krom yati kumase yati abroche titi ena show and tell yentumi nka bibi poti bia yaka say show and tell pe ahenema na ade bekire me entuma na ade bekire me kente awonafo na de bae ede na be kire me ena me na nakoko ntokwa ede ya me na statue wa ha ena de na be kire me show and tell and the Ghana ye show and tell de na be kire me. This is what we talk about. The ungratefulness is too much. Me mental santini biawo makacha say one of my best friends oya santini ba oya santini mapa enti don't sit there and say sebete asante me nyini wa santimemu, but I have compared how people think, how tribes think. Hey, yato abewie. Yako almost 9 months. There's no market in Ghana ubedru na oba eshe party biata de e ton nyama enso du kejete obehu e Jimmy intra. We cannot get out anything na NPP for hu ye ne asante for be say ye Jimmy. Ende market bi ani Ghana obi wura oba bi to ahye NPP atade abohu duku e de ton nyama ebokutia nowhere. When we finish voting, every part of the nation, women, children, they move on. They leave the governance of the nation to those they have elected into power, and then they watch. But menoka senda anadwi ube wura asante fo dwam na obi she NPP top to down oya mana ye obi ya Jimmy oya ma obi ya yare bo wa obe wusa akokɔ nti onyansa na wen. The enthusiasm amudi twa mpoa edidi nkwasi asem nka mode hye kasem ema mpunto befia nka mo ye London ye nkwasi ade ubewu panyini na ojimi ubewu akwara na ojimi. When you try to advise them against our time na memi krom epo ho memi krom epo ho eba tim betena ship ma beko wo he na akọ enya kura mi krom epo ho. There's nothing you can tell me, but this is not how we are supposed to have the conversation. It is because of manokasa mumubi manokasa tantan. Mimi krom epo da ho. Inti enya kura nti se payday. Se me kanu siso ametuma padre akwa akoduru baby. Na wo kwahin. Usem. Inti ana mumyambre ho ase ne yankyekere man ne yanka no kura nkyere ye ho. Ne yanga nkwase akutia no, the ignorance, the mediocrity, the typical clear ignorance and foolishness. Yen yimfri nchen. Ye gugu abrochire, ye fira santimamu, yen tumi nka de ma yemfa pressure into NPP so 8 years ma NPP ntuma anye sewia. Na wabetena social media we betri said the otro cement obokina. We use who to say preko bi oda eye Japan. Wo simu gire said ye ditu kokuso e wo Ethiopia be gina say me ya santini kwasea. Na uko fie sisi akodi holidays na yare bowa. Ube wuso otwen. Na me be di holidays na me wo Cape Coast metuma ko Interbetin me won kran a metuma ko Ridge me wo Srema metuma na wo do ho toto me wo ya akokɔ. Your life won kwa etise kosua. And you see, go around the nation and look at where people die a lot. Road accident, majority of the people, they don't die on the spot. People die a lot when people are transported to hospitals. Any the requisite equipment to take care of people. Into here, go and check people who die from accidents. It's happening in the Ashanti region. Adibia a negative bia air cost rubia is happening in the Ashanti region. Ask yourself why. Because people are lacking infrastructure. The deficit, when it comes to infrastructure deficit, you people are leading. Na kwasi bia se preko to kwasi anyom adan a me to nyoma be popular na wuti wei ye yi preko ba na yi wanfa so be na wo so enkwasi akasa Jimmy pay na $7 million share to oda komo ba to dan e London obe gina so weni kum akokoda weni kum so akọ isi ne mbo utuo che se omo Jimmy agobo we no David. Now assembly sia wo se adwudwom magana fo ehu de ekọ. The President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, Ochina, 8 p.m., he will be meeting the press. We intend see President Mahama say he's availing himself. Ghana media, strictly by invitation, will be ambrambe to Tonano. When you find the president, and I say, Jimmy, we and any pa odini paso. we and a sebi oni bibi or the besiu. It President Mahama say, and there or catch the Ghana for you say ono onya chichidio. On your special needs president, on your toy president, or your president who knows his job, and that he is going to brief Ghanaians. Now, on your question, or say, in some trouble, Mumbrambe Busana no asem. Now, Mumma Jiminti in some trouble, no. Minimiso Chamokono, President Jinamu Kevin Taylor, because you people see me as the president. I beg you, my president is John Mahama. At this point, you know, some NPP for no, journalist for no. Any journalist for no Ghana no say and direct mo na yan sharpen my how to ask questions sir. Mr. President Kevin Taylor, Mr. President Kevin Taylor, Mr. Into Ochinano. I am not the president. I am somebody. The president is Mr. President John Dramani Mahama. You are going to meet the president. Ye Jaguars ya for Ochina be Kevin Taylor nkwa. Oh, please sir, can I talk? And omo free Nicaragua so bobano. Omo beduru a ohwe omo nyina share tepe. Mr. President, good evening. Mr. President, you know our people in the Ashanti region. We like Ghana. And Mr. President, we want to know, is it because or it is because Yempesa mo be sa ochina President Mahama. Ochina de behu bebre. Ai. E che John Mahama si bia President Mahama tie no beka so amanfo feel free no mo nka kasa o mo pe. Enye sa na Mahama nkasa. Na be ye yendudwom asamasi. Ai. Mr. President, ochina I beg you. Tell them to feel free. You want to answer all the questions. In fact, any language they want to speak in, they can. At least if you have somebody to translate, some of them that you don't understand, they can translate to you for you to also respond. So, Mr. President, Ochina, I beg you, Senko for the bar, Nicaragua for bar, catch them say, Omudomo Pamon Kakasa no mo peno. Omonto Sebe, no Mundjum, no more answer. Because over to Barry and I say Messi, and it is not me who didn't do it. Oh, it is you. It is the blind blade. Into Mr. President, Ochina, Momo feel comfortable. This John Mahama, you are meeting an intelligent president who is on top of his game. And don't forget, Kwachofosu is there and Standogbetu is there. So if you go and misbehave, you know my two guys, they will take care of you. It is a own pen once a man. Answer your question and go and sit down. Okoye, Mr. President, your shirt is nice. Baby, look what Tano. Kwame Dinkra, so a journalist, so a high life musician, so Tom Breko, or Bejina, so no NPP MC. Now no set buta. Mr. President, you know, that chair 17 year free commercial bar, so two more, so a journalist, said the or your onwangasa or your himvia MC, or say the MC, Juma Oye, Kwame Dinkra, or to Kumasina concern journalism. Conconsa, a chair NPP Ama, NPP MC, I, and the Cassetian and Kwasaka, or Chinesimina Mumbra Chrome, Obiama Hapo. Oh, yeah. Ochina yeso bia mehwepo ebu asoche pepa moba mo bia nkoto apu mo de obekọ ye kasa kire mo amonte no ye kasa kire mo amonte no mo amobedu anadwi mo ntena dem ankran fufuo ni ho saa ankran fufuo ni ho saa enti mo amoba mundidi na moba mabedi amu aguso na eduane ni nkran me ka che Nicaragua fo ochina anope mu amutu anadwi no mundidi o na ka se mundidi amote ase atadwe ebunobunu eye de otwe bini monhuru mfandi fufuo asara bodu krom because ochina no eduane ni nkran o mo nko na wo ho mo nkran ko atalia na wo ho nkran wudu a eye de indomie and spaghetti tea enti mundidi ansara mo aba me kasa kire mo so a mo be call abadi area mamu nkotopu nim na de wo be ko Nicaragua for journalists na mene kasa no mo amode ntumanta ade ba no mo ntoso anopa baby amobeda na dwi mo make sure say anopa no magi iron atoso minim say dodo mo be sha ntumanta ade yeah ntumanta ade di shoe on say your shoe and your shoe ntumanta ade di shoe na mo be sha that shoe na lines bi da so no mo amosha half shoe no ma yenim say mo ba be sha ntumanta ade di belt mo amode ntumanta ade ba no mo make sure say ochina matu anopa mo bankran ahankran international airport aha de tu free akọ Germany ye tu free akọ London e de tu free aba UK any US inti baby amawa na Ghana na mo ba no inti mo bedura Mahama ho no wo yeja mo so amoya ma na mo ba no yesre mo montomata de so dress no monto so na mo bankran aya monto spray ai Nicaragua for obedwa ochina de mewu. Mr. President, Kevin Taylor, or Kevin Taylor, but I want to tell you people something. Yasremo, Fufu di Kumas in Cryo, and I make a Kwame Tanko. Niti, I see at National 55 George. Kwame Tanko, Niti, I see at National 55. Fufu nin crying. Fufu nin crying. May catch them. Into the Medina and agree, Mundisa, Mudira na. Thursday, I must do. Mo amufi Kumasi abankran ababehia president no sanadwi mudi fufuo enda nadwi a that means say Wednesday fufuo ni nkran Thursday enyumbre na benya fufuo di inti mon cycle mo adwene membe munamuna onim won kran na stand up go the time ofoso kwachi go the time inti ya bana se ma refreshment kakane mo bia slice of bread any some small drink bia no me sagu yem membe miemia onim ta de enie we di asenya de 2 days who ni fufuo inti mon cycle mo. President John Dramani Mahama to face the media on Wednesday, 10th September 2025. Nana Dankwa Kufuor be the president 2019 pe eno media. Oshia omoso ya throw questions about Kwame Dinkramo. And Kwame Dinkramo Mr. President, your shirt is nice. Oh. Hey, Mr. President. Na ononko ni tia is no enteno jina. Jimmy sa no mo de koye, omo musa question bia. Where the President Mahama so bia for the question free film. But ochina no ya per se say nyoma bebre o ho ambetu bebuta questions. And I know 90% of Ghanaian journalists they watch me. Ochina nyoma bebre o ho ambetu bebuta questions sir. We want to guide you people. Tomorrow when you get the opportunity to ask the president questions in Ebinye, you can ask from lean government. Mumbuta President Mahama said, or can lean government as we speak, has he reduced the ministers from 30 to 23? Cabinet ministerial appointments at 60. John Mahama will reduce ministers or better and the Kufuor in Tochina. Mubetu bebuta question me so afa what we call lean government. Ebona Oshe, how is he dealing with it? How is it going? Is he being efficient? The ministers so far, no, the smaller number, no, is it really helping? Has he cut budget? These are questions you need to ask the president to test him for him to give you answers. You people can also ask questions on ban on first class travel. The president actually put a ban out there. Say, luxury travels for government officials, Mumbusa president say, how is it going? Has anybody flouted the law? And then these are the questions, the line of questions you need to be asking the president. Send a president, able to mamo answers because he's prepared for you. He's open. He's a president who is smart. He's a president who is sociable. He's a president who will not make you uncomfortable. And to feel free and let your questions may guide them to Nicaragua for now mobano. Baby, it is an asset declaration enforcement. Mandated public asset declaration by all appointees. Omoba and Omoka say, mandated say Obia a declare asset. Government officials, any appointees of John Mahama. Mumbusa President, Mr. President, how far appointees Obia declare assets. And these are questions, sir. I was some Mumbusa questions. When in a beb to Mama President, Mama answers. And Mr. President, your shirt is nice. Mr. President Kevin Taylor, Mr. President Kevin Taylor, Menya President. Menya president mo kwa president na ochina Nicaragua for journalists for so amotinka mo yenkurase for mumfa lessons in free ha. Code of conduct for appointees. Mumbusa Mr. President, you spoke about code of conduct. We want to know say the code of conduct, how is it going? Your appointees, are they comporting themselves? If you also have some reservations, sir, you can ask the questions on that and say, Mr. President, this is what we have noticed. What is your take on it? Into questions around code of conduct, and also adebia mobile to me ebusa questions. I am helping you. Mumudu do Jimmy, many questions answer ebisa. Anything I may buamo because Kevin Taylor and Menya President. Now, BB is a constitution review committee. So, move to me ebusa questions how he established to assess and propose updates to the 1992 constitution. Mr. President, by NDC by an constitutional review committee. Saying, Mr. President, have they presented the report? How is it going? The committee members. These are questions the president wants you to ask. Now, Ghana for answer because president, he has a lot to do to speak on. issues about governance advisory council, and also know you can ask the president. You propose to improve political accountability and human rights. Right now, maybe there are some things going on. You feel say people's human rights have been trampled upon. Ask the president. The president will have to answer you. We may guide them or may mamo classes and some Accra. Uko do na uko Jimmy watch na ni betra hani do atema. Me kaze Kevin Taylor o didi atem. Me din kai ama guidance. Me din kai a lecture mo how you do journalism. Well, ask your questions around these things. Now, when it comes to something like anti-corruption and legal accountability, Operation Recover All Loot, your friend oral, you have to ask questions. It was launched to prosecute corruption cases and recover stolen assets. You can ask the president questions around oral. Why haven't people been prosecuted? Mr. President, this is what you said. You have been in government for the past 9 months. What is happening? Why is the Attorney General not prosecuting? We have seen a couple of people arrested. These are questions that President is expecting you people to ask. And he's willing to answer you and to ask questions around oral. It's not about Kevin Taylor, Mr. President Kevin Taylor, Mr. President Kevin Taylor. I am not the president. Mr. President is tomorrow. You are meeting Mr. President. So I am guiding you how to ask your questions. These are things that are very vital. And yeah, because Obano of Atadiamba and crying boutique no in Tadane boarding into Fantomata Debra. You can also ask questions about investigations into abandoned projects. Targeted misuse of funds in projects like the SkyTrain and National Cathedral. Mr. President, Mr. President, what has happened to the SkyTrain, the National Cathedral, the project? What is happening? The investigations into it. How far are we? Has the Attorney General briefed you? Where are we now? These are questions you need to be asking. Ebin Ghana, the men are made journalists or Ghana because we do Jimmy, questions busa. These are things you need to be asking your questions around and push the president. In the president never answer. Now opportunity, you ask a follow-up question. A follow-up question and say, oh, per clarity. You want the president to maybe make emphasis on a particular statement. I want to ask here. That is what we call follow-up question. You need to basically try and get the answer you want. Mamu ko jina Jimmy Kobusa unnecessary question. Mr. President, NPP Abronye ya Jimmy nebi ya nyesa ade nebi wo ho. Now, Mr. President, Kevin Taylor, I am giving you a poor answer. You know, what's it? Where journalism was in America, Wahano, was your four. Now, there's something about election death inquiry. Initiated formal investigations into fatalities from 2020 to 2024 elections. Mr. President, a committee to look into election killings 2020 and 2024. Mumusa, Mr. President, what has happened to it? Have they presented a report to you? What is your next move? Are they going to prosecute? How is it going to be done? Mr. President, we have seen a lot of people get away with all these kind of things. What is different from today? What are you going to do differently? These are the kind of questions you need to be asking the president. We need to push the president. It is not Kevin Taylor. It is all about asking relevant questions. Now, upon Ebinye and Ambede Mamono, now we'll be more Jimmy. Mamu Kobusa fufu machine. Mr. President, we have come to Accra. We want to know how much is fufu machine. Mon famu kwasi am free. Baby am free ni mambe busa fufu machine. Mo pa mon ko Chinese mall. E wono mo ton kwasi anyoma wo ho. Ye be di o masema mo sisia. When it comes to economy, recovery and fiscal policy, people mo pese mo busa question for economy no ho no. And also no me mamo guidance kakra send ya busa mo questions no. Abolition of e-levy, betting tax and fuel emission levy. Mr. President, you actually promised that you were going to abolish e-levy, betting tax and fuel emission. How has it basically helped with the economy? Has it actually brought some confidence into the system? The young people who are basically yearning for the abolition of the betting tax, how do you think this has affected them? Has it affected positively? Mr. President, we are also asking, have you added more taxes? Or basically, you have burdened Ghanaians with more taxes? Let the president answer you. Now, you can also ask from where the inflation was, where the dollar rate was, compare it to today, and compare it to our GDP. These are things you need to be asking. So, more busa questions, economic recovery and fiscal policy. You know, these are some of the questions. National economic dialogue. Okay, I said, national economic dialogue. You better convene experts and stakeholders to guide budget reform and fiscal strategy. Do we have something like that? Mr. President, you spoke about that. How has that impacted the economy? If we have this national economic dialogue, if we had it, has it impacted? Has it had any positive impact in our economy? What are the dots and the I's and whatever in there? Can you explain a little bit further? How has it impacted us? These are questions you need to be lingering around. You know, economy, questions, these are some of the things. You can also ask something about tripartite wage committee formed to negotiate minimum wage and base pay for public sector workers. Mr. President, etsi a committee na omobeshe how minimum wage Ghana ejumafo baby minimum wage nibeko. You can ask the president, Mr. President, what has happened to that? Have they discussed it? Have they moved forward? Are workers salary going to be increased? What percentage? Have you met the trade union congress? Have you met the minister? What is going on? We want to know. We want to go and educate Ghanaians. Sanyoma way. Mr. President, you are looking nice. Mr. President, we saw you when you came to Otufor to greet Otufor. You were looking. Then, issue about debt management reform. Propose standardized borrowing limits to prevent future debt crisis. Mr. President, have we borrowed since you came to office? We want to know. You've been in power for 8 months. How much have we borrowed as a nation? Let the president give you straight answer. Have we borrowed? How much debt did you come to meet? And how much have you added to our debt? At this point, how are we doing on the international market? These are questions you need to ask the president. This is a smart man. This is an intelligent man. This is a man who is abreast of the issues. So don't go there with your KG idea and mentality. This man is intelligent. You cannot go and stand before this man and fool yourself. He will make people laugh at you because the answers he will give you, it will make you look stupid. The man is smart. You need to be smart to face him. We onye Kufuor, we onye toy president do. We are sharp, we are smart, we are politics at check, we onim the jumano, every minister he knows. So you cannot go there and fool yourself and say, Mr. President, you know something, we say speculation. He does not deal with speculations. You will see every single thing he will say will be factual. If he doesn't have the facts, he will tell you, he will go and check and get back to you. This is not a speculative president on your toy. On your president, be a jimi, de be a chiro bi kasana no. And your president, otumi kasana, kojon pon kumasa bechere brofuma. When Mahama speaks, it is clear, you can understand. Into more amoko no, Jimmy for munjai because onye ready to entertain foolishness. Into enameye sa wasi diama, some of you journalists. I am helping you. Now, these are some of the places you can ask your questions. Education and youth development. Free SHS review directive ordered CHAS to publicly highlight implementation challenges. Mumbusa, Mr. President, how far with the free SHS? Has it improved? You as Ghanaian, have you heard to say free SHS, there are shortfalls? Let the president know. He ordered teachers, to come up with what we call highlighting how they can implement the changes, and our challenges, Right now, you ask the president, have they been able to do something about it? Their sleeping, their food, their accommodation. How is it going? These are questions you need to be asking the president for the president to give you clear-cut answers. You can also ask questions around UG residential fee reduction. Lowered fees from 3,000 to 2,500 to ease student burden. Mubet questions about University of Ghana. Time our president Bayoka say the amount of money they are paying for what we call accommodation on campus, or so from 3,000 to 2,500. Has it eased? Is the president and I said the government, do they have other plans to make sure this program, another reduction program, is going to go on for a long time? And what do we expect, or what should we expect? These are questions, sir. And also, President Mahama. Mama from Kwasiam Bebusa say, I am Mr. President, and the Black Star and Otuado, we don't have time. Now, you can also ask about Education Reform Committee. Formed to plan systematic improvement and stakeholders engagement. Mumbusa, the president, about Education Reform Committee. How? Omo committee, on board. Have they been able to change anything? The president is abreast of the issues. He will tell you because he has cabinet meetings. He speaks to the ministers. He is briefed every morning. So he should be able to give you answers on all these things. This is how it's supposed to be done. Now, some of the places I'm going to be question for environment and natural resources. Mr. President, what do you think about candidate Japan and Bawumia contesting? Mr. President, on NPP chairman, Mr. President, so Dr. Bawumia, we saw you recently, you were working with him. How did it feel like? Mr. President, today we have seen that the NPP are gearing up for 2028. Are you going to contest again? We didn't come a statement on that. He's not going to repeat himself. Mr. President, are you sure that you don't want to? That stand up with only time. Saa questions in your answer we when Musa Nyansa Sama stand up with it over You can ask questions around environment and natural resources. These are some of the questions. When it comes to Ghana Gold Board, you can ask questions about Gold Board, operationalized as the sole legal buyer, exporter of small-scale gold, generated 5 billion in revenue. And the Menoka say Gold Board are making revenue of about 6.1 billion in less than 9 months. So you can also ask questions around Gold Board. The Gold Board guys, are they making revenue? How is it being done? Right now, smuggling, has it gone down? What are the statistics? Has he been briefed? Has the Gold Board CEO spoken to him? The numbers they are making, how is it going to benefit this nation? How are we going to get money from it to help the cocoa board, to help cocoa farmers, to help some sectors? These are some of the questions you need to be asking. In the questions around Gold Board, they have shown, and the revenue Gold Board is bringing in. It's simple. You can also ask about ban on mining in forest and water. The Attorney General is working on banning mining in every forest in Ghana. You can ask the president, Mr. President, we've heard this. Is it true? Is it going to happen at cabinet? Have you discussed it? Are we going to stop mining in our forest reserves? Mr. President, when it comes to illegal mining, what is this government doing to stop it? We have seen the military, the anti-galamsey police force having confrontation with some villages and people. How are you managing this? What is the minister doing? The interior minister, the Ghana Police Service, the military. Have you coordinated them? Ask the president the questions. The president needs to brief you. He's ready and willing. He's ready. Mr. President, did you hear that Apalu has been arrested? Apalu Kwasia, the party for way. Apalu Kwasi paying Yachina ever President Mahama Hobey. Mr. President, we have heard that Apalu has been arrested. Apalu only party for. I don't know the party for demonstration. Munjan Kwasia questions Nibusa. Mr. President, do you hear that right now they said that you have invited to Asante Hema's funeral? We never ever. Mr. President, have you heard that the Domahine and Otumfo they are speaking and tribal politics? Otumfo and Domahine, one about a young blow. Otumfo appointed Domahine appointed Otumfo. Obia to the chrome, Bibia Koso. Mumbusa questions and answer womb. Mr. President, we have heard that, and you see, and last but Obusa minister, you know the kind of language, with all due respect, I don't want to get into Otumfo Domahine issue because from where I sit, Otumfo Domahine Obian Kontokwa. Obian di Obiatem. So Domahine buso Otumfo question, and now Otumfo busa Domahine question. It is not disrespect. And my tribe will be and the tribe will be. So where is the fight from? Where is the Obiati Kenten and Adomahine no 2-4 Kuntokwa? I see them as grown men who are leaders, and when they meet, they will talk. What is the big deal? Otumfo Domahine Kuntokwa. So Domahine buso Otumfo question, and now Otumfo busa Domahine questioner. It is not in Tokwa. What is Mimi Wuntokwa biawaha? We all have the right to be asking each other questions. I can choose not to answer your question. You can choose to answer my question. That's how it works. What is the Ntokwa here? Mr. President, have you heard of my as far as the president knows, Otumfo Domahine Kontokwa. They have not met anywhere for anybody to punch anybody in the face, and they have not exchanged any kind of insult. That conversation is in the trash bin. Domahine no Otumfo bia bu no ho Ntokwa bia nsi Ghana. Munja san kwasia questions no, kwasia for. Na mumusa questions I Ghana. Yedi beko enim na Otumfo ne Domahine obi an Kontokwa. To people questions. Now you can ask about anti-galamsey task force. Anti-galamsey task force, and also you can ask Mr. President, task force, how are they working? Right now we have seen the military and the police coming together. A task force has been put together by the Gold Board. How are they working? Have they been able to arrest? Are people being prosecuted? What is the Attorney General doing? How many people have been prosecuted? What are they doing? These are questions the President wants to brief Ghanaians. Intimamu fe Niagro. Wait, journalism was in a minimum. Now, social welfare and inclusion. Ube to me questions so after this area. What is it about? Hajj fare reduction. NDC ba bemuno and I'm say Hajj fare. So Matisse next year so Matisse new Hajj board and I say director of Hajj village or whatever. You people can ask questions. Say, Mr. President, we just heard that a man has been appointed, a very decent man has been appointed to lead the Hajj committee or Hajj team. What does he bring on board? Is he going to change anything? Has he briefed you? What should we expect next year when it comes to Muslims traveling to Mecca and all that? Ask relevant questions. One person puts questions for a Hajj fair, no? Because this last year, so Mumusa Mr. President, Mr. President, obesati subiemana, and basically the condition, omo hajin yet to say, ebimu condition, how are they going to improve on it? Moi, we incredible for a babino, moon credible for journalists, Mumusa question, Allah, nibaje. Now, when you question political questions, into Mr. President, next year, when our mothers and fathers are going to Makkah, can you promise us that the glitches we had last year, we are not going to experience it? Is the price going to go down? Their welfare, the Hajj village, when is it going to be done? We believe in it. These are questions that President answers. Cantonment fire relief, Mr. President, what kind NDC power? Cantonment have they helped them to reorganize themselves and start working again? And also a question about food distribution to free SHS. Mr. President, mobile release so much food and release so much money into free SHS. We want to know food distribution, how is it going? Are the food going out now better? As journalists, have you checked? Are the kids complaining about the food? You people can ask the president, how were they able to do that? How the food are being distributed around the nation, how they in Sanyamo buffer stock, who is in charge of buffer stock, how have they been able to manage the distribution of the food? The school is about to open in October. Is buffer stock ready? Are they ready to supply? Are the schools also ready? Is there a new strategy that food supply is going to have? These are questions, and the president should be able to be giving you answers. National Day of Prayer, Mr. President, you initiated this. You are back again with it. How is it going? Are we to expect this till the end of your term, maybe in 20 years or in 16 years or in 8 years or in 4 years? You can ask the president. These are very important questions you need to be asking. Inti, my mama guidance, what is going to happen tomorrow and how your questions should be. Mama kwasiebia free Nicaragua ma. Embe ya meshe taira. Mr. President, Accra is hard. Mr. President, when we came to Accra, we have seen that life is hard. Life is hard. Anka life is hard. Anka ofri kumasa bangrai. Mr. President, right now, the dollar, where it is going, we cannot understand. The dollar was at 17. Today it is at 12. What has happened to the dollar? Mr. President, we have heard that PURC, they want to increase tariffs, water and all that. What is happening, Mr. President? He will take his time and explain to you why NETCO wants to increase electricity tariff in the north. Why ECG is saying that there should be some increment. Mr. President has been briefed. He will take you all the way back and show you the decisions we took and the NPP that were not right, that has brought us here. Until he's showing you, and he will show you how we can get out of this mess. So ask the president these questions. These are practical questions. The president should be able to give you answers. NPP NDC. Mr. President, do you remember the last time Nasi's music? It was very nice. Is Nasi going to compose another song? Where Jimmy? Nasi Wakaja said 2 days we will Monko busa questions. Papa na munja Jimmy no. President, you know bio on your toy to say Boadu. President, you woman 10 hours. Obetuma answer questions in na. Mokwaso amonya short. Mo amoko jina mo batu mo bube. Mr. President, I am from NDCs FM. And Mr. President, with us there, we are people who like tradition. Mr. President, Sankwasi Assembly Bino, Oje Mike na, I mean, show how it is done. When you go all over the world, Oba a White House, Oko the UK, Oko Bebia, what President chance Biase Kasana, when you take the mic, all that you have to do is say, thank you, Mr. President. My name is Kevin Taylor. I am from ABC or Loud Silence Media. My question has got to do with national security. My question has got to do with this. I have a question on the economy. I have a question on the helicopter crash, the investigations. I have a question on this. And then when you say that, you go ahead straight up and ask your question. And when you're asking the question, be precise. Mr. President, what has come out of the investigations after the helicopter crash? You leave the mic, you go sit down. Hey, Mr. President, it's left with one. Mr. President, wait. Say Jimmy Sam de bini hobie. Ya kasa obi abusa one. Ya kasa obi abusa two. Umbe jama Mr. President, I am from Mr. President, wait, Mr. Sankwasi said de bini ho. You are not going to filibuster there. You have to be straightforward. When you take the mic, good evening, sir. Good evening, Mr. President. My name is Kwame Amwakon. I am from Radio DNDN. I'm here today to ask 2 questions. My first question is going to be about the economy. My second question is going to be about sports. I'll start with the sports. About the Black Stars. Mr. President, this. You move from there. Mr. President, about the energy. This. You walk. Leave the mic. And those people asking questions, don't touch the mic. When they give you a mic to hold, it's different. When they give you a mic, you hold the mic and you ask your question. When you have a standing mic, don't touch the mic. It will make kukuru. Standogbe will read all these things to you. He will tell you. Before the whole president comes, Standogbe will read everything and tell you what to do and what not to do. If you do something against the code of conduct, they will kick you out. They will take you outside all the way to the traffic light. So Standogbe will show you people. But Jimmy no mumubi. Oko do flagstaff. Hey, Mr. President, here is nice. So Jimmy Sam yatiha and I'm making bebo on your and they are ya ho clean. A Jimmy for the call, real for the call. Intimama Jimmy Diambe Jinaho. And hey, Mr. President, here is nice. Oh, hey, Mr. President, Jimmy Sam. So be straightforward. Be precise. Hit your question. If the president wants to engage you, the president will engage you. Ask your question in less than 30 seconds and walk. And your mami fie, ye penintama ko fie. Remember, Mr. President, don't hold the mic. If it is a standing mic, don't touch it. It is not coming. Oh, it is not coming. What banana stand up with the mic is why Jinenim nebusa question. Men for one also encotia mic too much. About so I don't know what say sound. Ma one no any mic you need about 6 inches. Send about Kasamo Biati. Men ko Mr. President, and you don't know what to do. We just Jimmy no mic mukasa. Munyan is nice. Mr. President, Muton Emra from Maninya Fair. Okay, say we are not down. Oh, a question that's on to me kind of fluently. Sure. In Tuba, Mr. President, my name is Kevin Taylor. Mr. President, do a reading now. So we edit a true question. Mouse be kaya. Oba no be kind. What's up about want to bro from man? How home be? Please, Mr. President. Please, Mr. President. You know the economy is climbing up, and we want to know the dollar rate. We don't like that. So I want to me kabro for kachi. Anaka Hausa, Anaka Diega, Ana, oh, Mr. President, oh, fine, Mr. President, Achomi, ni Udako, Udali, Miniano, Minke, Boadu FM, Fefe, Oba, Mr. President, also Mr. President, Obake, Mr. President Obake, Achomi, Frank, Numo, ni Oblite, Kwao, Mi Radio, Boadu FM, 98.9, Accra, Bibio. Mr. President, a question, Ekume. Gamashi, Omohome, violence, ito, young people, two eta, shoot, ebo. President, gan, House of Chiefs, a problem, sad about Latobio Koshi BBU issue. In government of Ghana, decisions and investigations, ebo, Ekume, nyo. Mr. President. No, I don't know. Enkrani simple. San Fantina Baka, Mr. President, Michel Papa, and you were from Ata is son. Be free Cape Coast. Me, Juma, 154 FM, our friend Cape Coast FM. And you bring Massam or your crope. Mr. President, Ugwa Afetu Afeshe or Bado. Na there I am busy. In summer, busa of tourism, Pan-Africanism, and we are very educated and cultured when it comes to Pan-Africanism. Mr. President, I'm a question or a simple pa. About tourism and highlighting our culture and transforming our image as Cape Coasters. We want to know what party or government Ibazin or what the man and fancy for your Cape Coast, Abra, Asebuka Mankasi area, ho, baby, Kevin Taylor, Papaya hen, Ibazin or Pedder what they buy in Punta Juma, Cape Coast Castle, so ha, Abrofobaho, na Yenya, Elmina, Castle, so ho, Mr. President, Commander Sugar Factory, no, also Osiho Papa, ye pedi ever plans are war in minimum here more pede, Wayama, Yene, fanciful, Yami Shop Papa, Mr. President, no, no, I don't know. Wow, Zemini and Masantifone Swaba, Mr. President, what a chow. A radio boko, a wadu. Hey, we go for no. You see, at the Swawa near that tower, Mr. President, a radio to me, and as a member, Nabi Medjum. I am some Ayabaco, Meba, Abegia, and Wayadiako, Asantimemu, Sebio 2472, Sebio, ye a day, and so Sebio Ben day, Yesukra, Jaham, and it's in the Jinaha. Mr. President, Yebusa won some. Now, where dear Madus Mano Essis Mr. President, the Ambassador Busan say, a year Asantimemu, a bat in Putujuma pa, Sebio, near Tiha, and your president, which you call Nana Danko Kufuado, Ebedi at say ye jiminti ontumi nya yakwan ne yento aba manokorampo a sebio emfa ne ho wa bei ye de akomapa ene to aba edema NPP NDC ende wa bedi so a ye nyina agi papa ye pese ye hu akumase akwan no sebio akwan no ase yie na ye pese ye hu asante na ato nsa afrem se membra mbebusa se yan kwan sem no ye kwan no ene ade na de na wo ya afa ho sebio uba ye busome nkuru ni yenim se on hyadan di so nkyeye na nka obetumi akyerɛkyerɛm apensem adwudwam ama yehu yenim kanko de ekwan asanteman kwan se ne ebetumi afa ntoma pefra we de president we de medema no besi ya nyame hyira pa na omboa no ntom nkom na insupa entongu so eyekɔ amunga mu ba jino Tamale FM minkomi Alhaji Sandi Saidu Muhammad mungamu Mr. President ya injiringi fight mungamu le abinchina yaku fight Savannah region Ghana refugees mungamu refugees Côte d'Ivoire abinchi ka nako si nago de sanika de naka krot naka GM Mr. President mungamu discussions repatriation of refugees mungamu Ghana abinchi na komi koko ya biko walahi naka baka mungamu sala njuemu Mr. President, nago na se Mr. Badu kokotia nago de kala na se Mr. President Badu kokotia sala de mpie mungamu abinchi na komi ai Mr. President mungamu ye se kremoni anase seremoni ka se Mr. President mungamu ye se Manu kokotia Mr. President mungamu ye na se na no afum akoka sala de dwie ema asena enti bebre